Welcome back. Welcome. Welcome to the podcast where we think we know everything, but we don't know shit. And really, the coach is gone. The Bears coach is gone. So who really don't know shit now? Looks like Matt Eberflus never knew shit. I always question what the fuck qualified him for that job anyway. We'll definitely talk about that a little later. But we have a good podcast uh, for tonight, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a 49ers fan in here. We're going to talk about the 49ers game on Sunday going into San Francisco. But first, we got a lot to unpack, man, because now, ding dong, the witch is dead. Well, not dead, but he's in the unemployment line. Thank God. We hate to see a man lose his job, but shit, he had to go. He was terrible. And the ending of that Detroit game, that sealed it. And then for him to say, well, we handled the play clock. Well, what? What the fuck are you talking about, man? That was horrible. Caleb, he doesn't escape blame either. But still, the coach is the overseer. He's supposed to see that as, hey, time out. He didn't do shit. He was standing there like, come on, man. Yeah, and JB's been saying this forever. He is not a leader of men. He's not. So he had to go. So now Thomas Brown is the interim coach. Interim, let's get that clear. Interim. We want a head coach lead our team for a whole season who has head coaching experience in NFL, not college. We don't care about that. We don't want the college coach. We want the NFL experience coach. But Thomas Brown will do for now for these next 5 games. And if he does well, let's bring him back as a coordinator or something. Maybe assistant head coach. But man, I can't wait to get into this show and bring my dudes in here. It's gonna be a lot of fun. The Bulls are kind of decent, right? And this foreign guy, I think his name is Matas. Dude is kind of cold, but we might touch on that for a second. But anyway, let's get into this show. Commish, hit it, man.
You are now rocking with the Chicago Clubhouse podcast, where they think they know everything, but honestly, they don't know shit.
These summer league games and they tell you about these new up and coming coaches.
I think we should get rid of every motherfucking owner in Chicago.
Enzo and Caruso, both when they are on the court, are like your defensive generals.
But they need to get that strong safety who's not scared to hit somebody.
They really don't know shit.
We are back. The audio, I don't know. The audio is kind of fucking up tonight. Maybe because it's so goddamn cold outside. I don't know. But yeah, the audio is fucking up for some reason. But anyway, I hope you hear me loud and clear. Like I said, welcome to the Clubhouse podcast, where we think we know everything, but we don't know shit. And honestly, I mean, who really knows shit aside from management and players? Who really knows shit? These so-called experts, they don't even know shit, man. They know as much as we do. So fuck it. We can all be experts. We're all fans, but shit, we can all be experts because we know just as much as they know. Right? Right. Anyway, let's get my guys in here. Let's get the All-Star team in here because I know everybody got a lot to say about everything that's been going on. So let's start out with my man who probably has the foulest mouth in the city. And he's probably not going to disappoint today. He's probably not going to disappoint. He comes in here just fouling it up every Tuesday. Let's bring him in, Foul Mouth C.
Good evening, T. Good evening, Chicago Club.
Foul Mouth. What's up, Playboy?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. You sound a hell of a lot better.
Yeah, I do, don't I?
Yeah.
Man, I was fucked up last week, man. The whole week. I didn't even have a Thanksgiving. Well,
Damn, I know you ate.
I ate the day after, my friends made sure that I ate, but shit, that whole Thanksgiving, I just spent in isolation watching New York Undercover.
New York Undercover? Wow.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah, New York Undercover. So, how do you feel about the Bears going forward?
About them going forward? Well, first, we have to revisit what happened. Matt Eberflus is gone. When he got hired, I didn't want him, but as always, I try to give people a chance. I've been one of the advocates for Matt Eberflus, but when you constantly make the mistakes that he makes, Sunday after Sunday, it's going to happen. And once he lost the locker room with the shouting match with the players, and it was over. It was just a matter of time before, he was going to be given his pink slip. And so
right.
Brian Poles and Kevin Warren and George McCaskey said, hey, coach want to see you. Bring your playbook. GM want to see you. He said, bring the playbook with you. And you pee and anything else you got. So there it is. He's gone. And, I'm looking forward to see what Thomas Brown would do.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, we definitely looking forward to that. Another person who's looking forward to that, I'm sure, usually has that Hawk talk. But if we ain't talking about no damn Blackhawks tonight, man. My man, Frank the Tank.
We could do a little Hawk Talk segment because I do got a little feistiness that I'm going to bring on.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
We know they're rebuilding, so.
No, it has nothing to do with current Blackhawks. It's just piece of shit so-called fans who rip on somebody and say he's not a good hockey player when he's got you 2 Stanley Cups, so the guy can go fuck himself. So I'm going to call his ass out on this show. I've already warned him.
McCain or Taves?
No, actually, Corey Crawford.
Oh, Corey Crawford.
People tell me that he's a garbage goalie, but he won you 2 Stanley Cups. So
he did.
It's like fucking idiots. Other than that, this is Bears show right now, though. So
Frank, how do you feel about the Bears going?
Oh man, I'm gonna say one thing. As I gave a little, I wanted a Thanksgiving gift of Matt Eberflus getting fired the following morning when I woke up, and that gift was given to me. So I am really, really happy. Yes, we never want somebody to lose their job, but get the fuck out of Chicago, dude. That guy was goodbye, good riddance. See you later. Couldn't be any happier.
Yes, man, absolutely. And that madness at the end of that game, man. Do you think that's pretty much what say, okay, Matt, you got to go?
You know what? That was the start of it, and he said it as well when he went on to that fucking media, right in front of that microphone, and said he thought we handled it well. That was it. I was like, Just
bad.
dumbest shit that you ever could try to say right there, man.
That was bad.
Like, I don't know how you can say that. And you also said I'm not saying Caleb doesn't deserve blame for that either, because he does. Because I mean, you can't let 36 seconds run off of the clock. I would have loved to see Caleb say fuck it and call a timeout, because a timeout should have been called. We all know that. But
Right.
Caleb took 36 seconds to get the next play off.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
It's not acceptable either. But other than that, man, yeah, it's gonna. I agree with what Fowl said. I'm really looking forward to what our intern coach can do, because I do feel like he does got a lot of respect in that locker room already. At least that's what I see, at least. But nobody knows, because we don't know shit.
What's up, Andrea? How you doing? Everybody out there, moms, how you doing? Mama Bynum, JB Mama. Speaking of JB, better late than ever. Let's get him in here, the man who knows every single stat from every single team, basketball and football, 80s and 90s. My man, JB.
What's up, fellas?
What up, JB?
What's up?
Nothing much. Just it's basketball season, so you know I gotta coach and then get in when I can get in.
Yeah.
Call up Scalabrini yet?
No, man, somebody call that dude. I'm definitely beating him one-on-one. He ain't got a snowball's chance.
What are we calling Scalabrini for?
Me and JB were talking. I guess Scalabrini's got this new little thing right now where he's going after all the people who are calling him out on social media and taking them one-on-one in a game and smoking every single one that he plays. So JB wants to be next on that list. He wants to call him out.
Oh, okay. All right. I just want to get him on the podcast.
Hey, that's what I said. We can get him on the show, and then
we do it for charity. But like I said, I went toe-to-toe with Darren Williams. He ain't got a chance. Scal is dead.
Okay. All right. So, JB, let me ask you, how do you feel about the Bears moving forward now that they got rid of Matt Eberflus, who you were a big advocate for firing a long time ago?
First
Should
time.
have never been hired. But so when I say my optimism has risen, it's because I have seen Caleb look better under the tutelage of Thomas Brown.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like he is a leader of men, whereas Eberflus, or as I like to call him, Flusy was not. And the last couple of weeks were really, really bad because you just kept seeing bonehead coaching decisions. You just kept seeing ineptitude. And it's just like us couch potatoes and Monday morning quarterbacks, even though, well, you're not supposed to do that. How come he doesn't know that? Why does he have a seven-figure salary pulling that stunt?
And the craziest thing is we could easily say 3 straight games with a real big coaching fuck up cost us the game. I'm not saying it was the reason, but they played a huge part.
No accountability is what kills me as well, because now you stick by your decision. When I hear other coaches come out and they're like, you know what? Yeah, I wish I had that one back because I should have done X, Y, Z. There was a coach, I want to say, was that our second or third year T? It was Brandon Staley, and we used to laugh at how many fourth down blunders that dude would make. Man, you don't need to have a coaching job. Like, what is he doing? Who does he know? Who does he have pictures of? What's really going on here?
Coaches that the Bears keep getting, man.
Because, full transparency. Everybody knows when Eberflus was hired, my main thing was, hey, get Jim Caldwell because he's a quarterback whisperer. He's got 3 Super Bowls. Ernie Accorsi, Bill Polian, they're the ones that set the table for Ryan Poles, and they even said I would go with Jim Caldwell. How Eberflus emerged out of those 3, only God knows. But again, you can't tell me that they are the best judges of character and coaching, because he got the job over somebody that's got 3 Super Bowls and then another guy that's been to a Super Bowl, although they lost, been to a Super Bowl. What more do you need?
Well, word is coming out now since, people get fired. Shit that was hush tend to come to the light. So word is that Eberflus was not Ryan Pohl's particular pick. He was already hired before Poles got there. They were sitting up there saying that they wanted Eberflus, to be the coach, and would Ryan Poles be completely fine with that? Coach Poles said, yeah, he'll be fine with it. Then also they got their connection with Trace Armstrong, who seems like he's the motherfucker that's running the fucking Chicago Bears because he has so many fucking clients that's employed by George McCaskey. I know there's a lot of things that's coming out in Hallis Hall about the whole Eberflus situation, about Kevin Warren and Ryan Poles, about the next coaching search. A lot of that we're going to get into tonight.
So we when Flus was hired, or when he was officially hired, didn't we all agree that Ryan Poles probably didn't have shit to do with that?
We all said that.
We all knew that.
Yeah, we all said that.
We all knew that.
I felt like they gave him a choice between 3 coaches, and Eberflus was his choice of 3. That's kind of like where I felt at that.
They didn't even give him a choice. He was already picked. He was the choice of ownership. Ownership had 3 coaches, and they chose him.
But I am anxious to find out, because I think everybody on this panel didn't think Eberflus should have started this season as the head coach either.
He said that he should have been hired in the first place.
Yeah, he should have never been hired. But then when you go out and get a brand new quarterback, you'd hate to put him into already a red seat or a hot seat coach, like we've done all this fucking time.
But that's not always accurate, Frank, because I can tell you teams throughout history that the quarterback left and they kept the head coach, and history is what it is. But you look at the carryover and the crossover, right? When you were what's his name? Playoffs, Jim Mora, right? When Tony Dungy took over Jim Mora, he wasn't like, "Oh, get Peyton out of here. I want my own quarterback." So there's plenty of times, when Dan Reeves took over. I mean, not Dan Reeves. When Mike Shanahan took over the Denver Broncos from Dan Reeves, he didn't say, "Oh man, get rid of John Elway. Give me my quarterback." You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't happen as much as as people think. That's more of a new thing, right? And the one glaring hole was, in my opinion, you look at somebody like a Josh McDaniel. We didn't need 3 years to find out he was a bum. He got fired in like a year and a half. Who was the offensive coordinator for the Jets? Lockett, whatever. What is his name?
Hackett.
Nathaniel Hackett.
Wait, wasn't that Denver? That wasn't the Jets.
No, he's the OC of the Jets.
Oh yeah,
you're saying now. Sorry, all right. I thought you were talking about when he was head coach.
No, but I'm saying when he got his job, we were like, yeah, we don't need to see no more. We knew after 6-7 games he wasn't it.
I knew he was going to be gone after the first season, because he was only brought to Denver to bring Aaron Rodgers there, and he failed that.
And then when you look at Mark Trestman, we look at Mark Trestman too, we're like, oh no, we know this dude ain't it.
Yeah.
Like we don't always need 3, 4, 5 years of this guy. Sometimes the people show you who they are early on, and that's just who they are. We talked all that stuff about Luke Getsy, and people were like, no, Getsy's good. It's not him. Just as the problem. Luke Getsy didn't last but 6-7 games with the Raiders. Hey, man, you suck. Beat it. And it's like, you don't have to wait. I get it. The Bears have never done it. They don't want to pay the money. Look how many people have been fired under this regime.
I was thrilled that they actually finally came out and did it.
But here's the thing. Did they do it because they really wanted to, or they did it because the pressure of the people?
Oh, I think it's both. It's both, but I'm leaning more towards the people, because we were talking about this before you came on too. Like when he fucked up and didn't call timeout on that one, we all knew it was like, oh, it's coming. But the moment his fucking stupid ass went up to that mic and said he felt like we handled it the right way, that was like, oh, you're fired. You're done. You're not even gonna make it through the night, dude. I can't believe you just said that.
I already told you. I wouldn't have let him on the team bus, and I would have called the hotel and vacated his room. He would have had to pay his own. You know,
I mean, I'm sure he's got enough to pay. I mean,
but he got enough money. But again, time after time after time after time after time, you see the ineptitude. Not heard, but I read something that alluded to Ryan Poles wanted to fire him after the Patriots game. That was a fireable offense as well.
It was.
Like,
absolutely was.
And people thought Waldron was the scapegoat. We knew before we hired Waldron. They told you don't do it. Other players from Seattle said don't do it. And it's like the Bears are bearing. That's what they do. And I can't tell you the only coach that I will say that maybe all of us agree. I think John Fox got the worst shake of any of them.
He's never given a chance.
He was never given a chance. They didn't give him what he asked for. They didn't give him what he needed. You want me to cook the meal? Hell, let me buy the groceries. Nothing. And here we are just on that hamster wheel. We can't get off that wheel. But Foul, to your point, what did they say in Game of Thrones? What did Khaleesi say? I want to break the wheel. Maybe Kevin Warren and Ryan Poles will break the wheel.
I'm hoping.
They've already started cracking it.
I mean, I think they can, but the thing is will ownership allow them to do it? Because once again, we see that the McCaskies, whether it's Michael or George, tend to have their fingerprints on something that's going fucked up with this organization. It's always a McCaskey that won't allow people to do their fucking job. Quit micromanaging your employees. If you sit up there and you got somebody that's supposed to be the president, goddamn it, let him be the president. If you got a damn general manager, goddamn it, let him be the fucking general manager. Quit telling them what the fuck it is that they need to do. And then also quit relying on and quit having this buddy shit with this Trace Armstrong shit. Fuck Trace Armstrong. He's a fucking agent. Y'all wanted to hire his ass to run the goddamn organization. He told y'all, fuck y'all, I don't want to do that. I'm making all this money off of these fucking clients, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a fucking super agent. Now, y'all can sit up there and sign my clients, but I'm not coming to do anything at all when it pertains to running the Chicago Bears. And that was probably smart by him because he probably wouldn't have been running it either, because it seems like the people that got an ego problem is the McCaskies.
Yeah.
They want to sit up there and be able to run every damn thing and make it seem like they the ones that did it when all they constantly keep doing is fucking up.
Yeah.
Sit your rich ass back. I love the fact that he interacts with the fans. That's great. But sit your ass back. Let your president, let your GM,
people who know
and your head coach, let them run this motherfucker. Sit back and collect the check. Sit on a goddamn boat on Lake Michigan in the summertime, have you a couple badass women around you and shit. Get drunk, chill.
Can I bring something to y'all attention? Can I bring something to y'all attention? It may get some jeers from the crowd. As a matter of fact, where's our fan appreciation? We need some more people coming in. I feel so emotionally distraught because us being a charter franchise, having the most Hall of Famers and whatnot, all that accolades, do y'all realize that the Carolina Panthers has been to the exact same amount of Super Bowls as the Chicago Bears?
You're not wrong.
Do we realize that the New Orleans Saints and the Chicago Bears have the exact same Super Bowl victory total? Let that sink in for a minute. The Carolina Panthers.
I mean, we got more than Detroit and Minnesota, though.
What that mean?
Yeah, just saying.
Minnesota been the four, the Purple People Eaters, shoot. But we are the charter franchise, bear down, 100+ years. The people that created the NFL. And we got one win and 2 appearances. A freaking expansion team from 1994-95 has been to 2. A team that used to put paper bags over their head and cut out holes in it and say the New Orleans Aints has the same amount of Super Bowl victories that we have. It ain't about the players. It ain't even all about the coaches. Foul hit it on the head. It's about them damn owners
100%.
thinking that they know what they doing, and all they doing is running a business for their bottom line to stay out the red. They don't know nothing about football. Wasn't they daddy a vaudeville actor or something? That like he saw Virginia was like, oh, money.
Yeah. Yeah.
That dude didn't know nothing about football.
None of them know anything about football.
That team should have been sold. And that woman, God continued to put your grace and love and blessings on that woman. But she is 101 years old. What decisions do she really need to make at this time?
I don't think that she's making decisions at all when it really.
Oh, she's making them because they came out and said, "Oh, mom doesn't want to sell the team." Well, mom don't know what she want right now.
I don't know if that's really making a decision. That's her not wanting to let go of her legacy. I think this is all the kids that are fucking.
I mean, well, we know one of the worst rumors going around is that unfortunately that day when she decides, whatever day it is, the guy decides to take her, that the kids are gonna sit up there and look forward to selling the Chicago Bears.
I heard 6. What did you hear?
Huh?
I heard 6. What did you hear?
6 what?
Starting bid is $6 billion.
Well, it depends on how much Forbes and all those.
You guys want to all pitch in? We'll all pitch in.
Yeah, how much they value the.
Hey, we can own a fraction of a percent.
Yeah, there you go.
It would be nice, but I mean, we still gotta. She's still gonna have her as long as she's here. The Chicago Bears are gonna remain with the McCaskies. I think once she passes on, that finally they may look into actually, getting rid of the franchise because I don't think they're too keen on, saying
they give a shit. Seriously.
Give a shit at all.
Think about it, Fal. The grandkids is like our age now. They don't care about it. They just want the money.
Yeah.
Like they don't have the money already.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's get into some other things. So we already know, as everybody else should know, Matt Eberflus was fired Friday, and the person that will be taking over, which says a lot, will be the interim head coach. Will be Thomas Brown, the Chicago Bears offensive coordinator. So you want to talk about an individual that went from being a passing game coordinator to the offensive coordinator
that quickly,
interim head coach
in a month.
Damn. Boy, you talking about moving up the damn ladder?
Yeah,
that's moving
what
up.
What pictures does he have?
One season. All this within a couple months. Wow. So, Frank, tell me, what are your expectations of Thomas Brown? What do you think he's going to do when he finally gets a chance to become this head coach and coach?
Well, he's not going to make those dumbass bonehead fucking mistakes that Eberflus made. I feel like he does have experience. A lot of people don't know that. I mean, it is, if I'm not mistaken, college experience. He has been a head coach in college for a couple of teams, if I'm not mistaken. So he does have that experience at least. But if it's one thing that he has right now, and there's already been numerous people who have come out and said it, and it's what we preach on all the time is accountability. He holds his people accountable. He pushes them hard in practices. They don't have soft-ass practices, which I'd love to hear. So, I mean, I'm expecting an extreme – I mean, again, they just had 3 straight games where they weren't in the game the entire time. But – for the most part, he's got the locker room, and that's what I want right now. And I'm hoping it's going to show with the talent we have on this team. We might pull out some big victories. I'm not saying we're not winning another game this year. I'm not saying we're only going to win one, but let's see how many more games he can pull off because this is him interviewing for a head coaching job right here as well.
JB, what you think?
If it's not for us, it's going to be for somebody else.
So I believe everything that Frank said, I echo the same sentiment. I do just feel that like him owning the locker room is a little bit different because the last part, like people say Matt Nagy did have the locker room. He probably just was not just good at his job, more so than he was not respected. Whereas we understand Matt Eberflus was not. They look at him like, man, y'all hired this idiot. Like you could let me coach. And that's how the players are talking.
We've heard from a few players too. He had the locker room the last few years, but this year,
that's what I don't believe. I don't believe. I think that's just sweet talk because
it was more players coach. People respected him though. But this year they didn't. This year they just said, "No, we're done with you. We didn't even want you back."
We can challenge that later on, but for me to continue to answer Fal's question, I don't believe that because if he was truly a leader of men, they would have fought for him, right?
That's true.
And being a leader of men comes with controlling the locker room, not just for what the media says, but for actual, because the players is what tell you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Players is what tell you. But with Thomas Brown, I just feel like, and we gonna tell the truth around here on this show. I feel like Thomas Brown will be looked at as not the girl you wanted to take to prom, but the one that actually said yes. Now, do you end up dating that girl? I don't know. But at the same time, that's who we have right now. And people respect that. People seem to gravitate to him, right? A lot of football, a lot of knowledge, been an assistant head coach, been on the Super Bowl winning team, all the accolades, right? But it is a little different because now you're not just managing this, you're managing this. So I just hope that he can be able to do it because when he did it at Carolina the last time, he didn't do a bad job. Bryce Young definitely started to look better, you know? And again, we don't really know what his playbook is because he ran Frank Reich's playbook in Carolina, and clearly he's running the pieces of Shane Waldron's playbook that Caleb actually has done pretty good with. So I don't know what Thomas Brown's imprint will be, except let me rally the troops and let's try to get some upsets. And let's look competent, right? Let's look competent as we do it.
Okay. So we know that right now that this is there's 5 games left remaining on the regular season on the schedule. Our chances of making the playoffs are basically slim to none. What do you predict our record will be under Thomas Brown as the head coach? We got Minnesota, we got Detroit, we got Green Bay, we got San Francisco this weekend, and we got Seattle. If I'm not mistaken, all those teams have a winning record. Maybe
every single one of them, other than San Francisco.
Yeah, maybe San Francisco doesn't.
Yeah, I think San Francisco's a game below 500, if I'm not mistaken.
They just lost
this past week.
Yeah.
And I think that was one game below 500 for them now. Mm-hmm. I think. I see them pulling out 2 more wins with him. That's where I'm going. Which ones? I mean, I could honestly see us upsetting Minnesota because I'm still not completely sold on Minnesota because Sam Darnold. And I do see them. I mean, I'm not going to say it's going to be a major upsetting San Francisco because San Francisco is so hurt. They can pull off the victory for San Francisco, and I believe every single one of us on this show in the beginning of the season said that is their guaranteed loss would be San Francisco, but they don't even have like a team anymore. So I got 2 more wins that they're going to pull out.
What about you, JB?
I got 2, possibly 3, and the ones, Fal, me and you talked the other day, definitely the San Francisco game, not just because they're banged up, but like they just looked like crap all year, and that would be the game where it's like, oh, well, the Bears look like world beaters finally, and it's that game. The other game that I think, Frank, I like what you said, right? But I don't think it's that game.
I think it's Minnesota?
I think it's Green Bay at the last game of the season.
That'd be so nice.
Because it's not, because at that point in time, it may not be.
They might be resting their players.
So
yeah, that's true.
But hell, we beat Green Bay because as of right now, like all of them are in the playoffs. Washington has the 7th spot. Washington does. So
now, this question is a question that I know it's kind of wild because I know there's so many different opinions on this. Would you like to see him actually as the head coach, or at least get interviewed to be the head coach, depending on how he looks? Because I think, honestly, if we getting some of the same results as we did, as far as like we did with Eberflus, apparently, you know, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that will not want him to be considered as a possible candidate for the head coaching job. So my question is, let's just say he does do well. Let's say he goes 3-2, 4-1, 5-0, or 2-3. Would you like to see, or just period, would you like to see Thomas Brown interviewed as one of the candidates for the Chicago Bears' next head coaching position?
In my opinion, as long as he keeps the locker room, doesn't matter the record, he is going to get interviewed. The question is, will he even be an option? Which that'll come down to. If he pulls off maybe 3 out of the next 5 wins, I mean, he'll definitely be an option. But I think it's just, I mean, it's like how JB said. It's like, I mean, none of the players vouched or anything or backed Eberflus when he was fired. None of them. Will these players do it to Brown? I think they will. I think there's already players who really like Brown, including Caleb Williams, who's shown that he really likes Brown so far.
That's the big one.
Yeah, that is the number one thing right there. If Caleb Williams says, I like Brown, he's going to get at least a choice. He's going to be an option.
JB?
I think you have to give him one, and I'm not talking about satisfying no damn Rooney Rule either, because Caleb has. Hey, we talk truth around here. I think Caleb looks different, minus the Indianapolis game, right? He looks different under Thomas Brown than he did under Waldron. A lot of it is philosophy. A lot of it is the way that they probably communicate with him. But if you go a different route, regardless if Thomas Brown does get an interview or not, Caleb is at risk of having his second head coach and his third OC in only his second year. That ain't always the best. He has no continuity, no consistency. But Thomas Brown has, at least, and let me say this, at least Caleb looks like what we wanted him to look like at the beginning of the year. He looks like that now with Thomas Brown. To me, he never looked like that with Walter. He did.
That's true. So the one question I always got, and I mean, it's sort of a crazy topic. I know a lot of people say that, you know, they want an offensive-minded coach. Frank says he wants an offensive-minded coach, but also people
want the right coach, but I would like
right. But people also say they want somebody with experience. I'm down with I want somebody with experience, you know, because the name that we hear float around the most is Ben Johnson, the Detroit Lions offensive coordinator. But once again, we don't know if Ben Johnson is a leader of men. So are we going to go down that road once again with the coach that was the hot OC? Because everybody has this notion that we need this offensive coordinator, this offensive guru to be the head coach. I'm not one for that, because if that was the case, then there's no reason for any special teams coaches or defensive coaches to even apply for a fucking head coaching job in the NFL. What for? Because everybody just wants an OC. Everybody wants the hot OC to be the head coach so he can mold a quarterback and have him, you know, run his offense, and everything is going to be hunky-dory once he figures that out. Because if you hire a defensive coordinator or a special teams coach as the head coach, the offensive coordinator is going to be gone in 1 or 2 years because he's going to be in such demand.
Especially Bears. He has one good season. He's going to get a head coaching job if you have a good offense.
Well, I'll put it to you like this. One of the longest tenure coaches is not an offensive-minded coach, and that's Mike Tomlin.
No, you're not wrong.
And Mike Tomlin has never
he's still
had a losing season in the NFL. Yeah, he's never had one. Never had a losing season. He's gone and had offensive coordinators. He's gone and won a Super Bowl. That's what's killing me. I mean, John Harbaugh was a special teams coach. John Harbaugh has won a Super Bowl. John Harbaugh has gone and had.
John Harbaugh's won 2 Super Bowls.
2 Super Bowls. I'm sorry. He's gone and won 2 Super Bowls. And his teams are constantly one of the best teams in the NFL year in and year out. So don't tell me that it can't be done if you hire a defensive-minded coach or a special teams coach. There's nothing that states that we need an offensive-minded coach. Now, do we need an OC that can mold Caleb? Yes, absolutely. But that shouldn't sit up there and trump that, okay, let's just find the best offensive guy that can mold Caleb. Because then, all right, it's cool. You got offense, then your defense fucking sucks. And I don't care how many points they putting up nowadays. Defense still wins championships.
You're not wrong on that.
Go ask Kansas City.
Yeah, you're not wrong on that.
Because right now, if they defense won shit, they would not have won a Super Bowl last year.
All right, now I'm going to chime in right when that comment just popped up on that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Last 7 Super Bowls, only one defensive-minded or non-offensive-minded coach won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, like I told you, and 3 of them motherfuckers been Andy Reid.
And you're not wrong on that one, but you still had McVay had one. You had Arians had one. Belichick was the only one, and that was 7 years ago.
But check this out. But also, those coaches, the McVay, right? Did he not have a very good defense?
He did, because he had a very good defensive coordinator. He had a very good defensive coordinator.
Andy Reid has gone and won 3 of those 6 that you're talking about.
I'm not sitting here saying that only go out there and get an offensive-minded coach. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying go out there and get the right offensive-minded coach. Because when you're looking at an offensive-minded coach, you also look at that head coach. Like our dumbasses brought in Luke Getsy in here, and you brought in all these people that are pretty much Andy Reid, Matt Nagy. Like those type people, they're not running the offense. Ben Johnson runs the offense. 3 years in a row, he has had a top 3 offense. While you had an elite coach in Dan Campbell, who's leader amongst men. I will say that. I would love to have a Dan Campbell. But Ben Johnson has given 3 straight years of elite offensive play calling, and you're not going to get him to come in here as an OC.
Well, you can't make the lateral move anyway.
No.
You would have to get something more. But I'm going to pause you on that because when we hired Matt Nagy, that was the right offensive-minded head coach coming from what he did with Alex Smith in Kansas City.
But he didn't do anything. That was Andy Reid. We all knew that.
Again, we know that Matt Nagy is linked with what? Being able to do from the Andy Reid tree, call it. Because Andy Reid don't have much of a tree, but call it that. But when we got here, it was like that first year. Oh, man, 12-4, the Bears on the way. Mitch looking all right. We about to, then it just from then just right. The fear with Ben Johnson, although some of his stuff looks good, and I will say this because they're all on the Ben Johnson train. Ben Johnson did not look good against the Bears. He started calling some dumb stuff in the second half.
People
fucked up. Looking like, hey, if that's what we're getting ready to try to hire, no, thank you. Pass the buck. I'll move on.
But if you're looking at one game over his entire resume, I don't think that's a fair comparison on that one.
It's fair when it's against us. If this is the guy that we're trying to hire and he's doing this against us, I can imagine what he's doing with us. I don't want another egghead junior that's never even managed a lemonade stand before. I don't really want that. Because the problem is, if he is, and I'm not saying that he can't be, right? That he can't be. Some young hot head coaches come up and do things. But you know what? We've seen a lot. How's that Mike McDaniel thing working out for you? I'll wait.
I mean, Mike McDaniel came from where?
I'm just saying he came from Shanahan tree, but I'll wait.
Yeah, but I mean, which organization was with the Patriots, right?
Nothing, right? He didn't win nothing? Okay. Right.
Tom Brady won it for him.
He didn't win? Oh, okay. I'm just making sure that, everybody.
Well, once again, you also have to look at it like this as well. When you talk about a guy like Ben Johnson, like you said, Frank, he's been doing an amazing job over there. But you got to look at what he's going to come to here, because what he has over there in Detroit, probably the best line in football.
Yes.
2 stud running backs, a very good wide receiver, very good tight end. So those are things that he has to his disposal over there. When he comes here, he's not going to have the best line in football.
Nope.
You're not wrong.
He'll have a good running back. He ain't going to have 2 stud running backs. He'll have an okay tight end. You know, I don't think Cole is elite. I think Cole is like a fringe 12,
better than the
top
Lions.
12.
Look,
Huh?
what?
What?
Laporta is way better.
Laporta is on my fantasy football league, and he has not done
that's
jack
that Notre Dame shit.
Frank,
Stop that Notre Dame
No,
shit.
I'm not backing that shit.
Dude,
Laporta has
nowhere
not.
near
Laporta had a
fucking
dominant
comparable.
rookie season. He has not done shit this year.
He's been hurt, Frank. He didn't even start the fucking season.
He has not missed one game because he's on my fantasy football team.
For real?
He has not missed a game.
For real. Look up at how many games he's going to play this year.
He's still not hurt, man. Like, don't do that.
Playing hurt, okay, maybe, but he's not missed a game.
Frank, there is no comparison. There's nobody that will take Cole Kmet that don't even start on some people's goddamn fantasy over Laporta. That's that Notre Dame homer shit.
No, that ain't Notre Dame.
Yeah, it is. That's Notre Dame as hell, man. Matter of fact,
don't do drugs. If you're doing it, stop it. Get some help.
Matter of fact, this is what we're gonna do. In the chat right now, for all those Bears, let's keep the bias aside. Who would you rather have at tight end? Sam Laporta or Cole Kmet? Put Laporta or Kmet in the chat, please, because nobody's picking Cole Kmet over Sam Laporta.
I don't think Laporta had one good season.
Kmet is
everyone's freaking.
He's only been in the league 2 years
already. I know. That's my point. He had one good year. He has not had a good year this year. Where are his accolades to say that he is an elite tight end?
You know what? He was a Pro Bowl as a rookie with 10 touchdowns his rookie year.
What did he do this year?
He's got 5 touchdowns and he's been playing hobbled. Like, what are you talking about?
I have not seen shit from him this year.
And we ain't seen shit from Kmet.
It's because he's always blocking. Blame your coaches on that one.
Kmet has blown. One thing we do know Kmet would do from time to time is fuck up a block.
Yeah, and he's only one of the best.
And he fucked up a great deal this game.
He did have a bad few
blocks
games
and from fucking picks and shit. Like, come on, man. Nobody's taking Sam Laporta. And don't get me wrong, Kmet is a good cop.
Thank you.
Kmet is a good tight end.
Can you get on the show real quick? Because I want to know, Andre. I want to know what makes you pick Kmet. I'm not being funny. God. Besides, possibly
I pick Kmet out of
fandom.
A better all-around tight end as opposed to Laporta just being a possession tight end, which he hasn't really done that much of that this year either.
Hey, might as well say Kmet went 2 years without a TD.
I mean, Kmet did not go 2 years without a touchdown, but okay.
Trust me, man. Hey, we like Cole Kmet.
You must be a Michigan
we like
fan.
him, but come on, man. Nobody's picking fucking Cole Kmet.
I'm not picking Laporta
over Laporta. Nobody's doing that.
I'm not saying Kmet's one of the best tight ends in the NFL, but I'm not saying Laporta.
Yeah, you got to, because if you're picking him over Laporta, and I think Laporta was better. What? He was a top 5 fucking.
Laporta is ranked.
Did he make the Pro Bowl last year?
His rookie year, he made the Pro Bowl.
He's had 2
years. 80
years.
catches and 10 touchdowns. What are we talking about?
I mean, even I see what you're saying, Andrea. Even with proper coaching, come on, Kmet is not that.
Now wait, Andrea.
He's not. Now he may be the better blocking tight end, possibly.
There's no question.
But when it comes down to receiving, it's not even fucking close. You can only throw Kmet the ball when he's going straight ahead. No side to side. Big stiffy ass ain't gonna do shit but lose y'all.
I gotta say this for Andrea.
He's not a speedy tight end.
I gotta say this for Andrea because she brought up coaching. Yes, coaching matters, but it's funny how Cole Kmet was actually better with Justin and Getsy than he has been this year with Waldron and Caleb.
Yeah,
just saying.
He has. But I mean, if I'm not mistaken, these last 3 games with a different offensive play calling coach, Kmet has had, I think, 7 targets each game.
Hey, Frank.
Yeah, but I mean, that's still the thing is this. When it comes down to it, you're not taking Cole Kmet over Sam.
I
can do without Cole Kmet.
Am I saying future 4 years down the road? No, I might be taking Laporta.
Okay. Well, check this out. We got another guest that's about. We got another guest that's about to come in. We call him the Mouth of the South, but he's from Chicago. Please bring in Mr. Chicago.
up, fellas?
How you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. How y'all?
We good.
I was just listening to what y'all was just arguing about. I just want to say something to Frank. To have 10 touchdowns in his rookie season, that's more than Cole Kmet had in 2 years.
Okay.
His first 2
Cole
years.
Kmet only got 18 for his career.
Laporta's that happens when you have an
Listen, Frank. Laporta's been hurt a lot in this damn season, this year. So that's why you ain't been seeing enough from him. He's a possession receiver, possession tight end. He's one of the best young tight ends in football. Cole Kmet is a decent tight end. Don't get me wrong. I like him, but he ain't top tier. He's not.
He's ranked 7th. Just
Laporta
is ranked 11th.
Because he played more games, Frank. He played more games.
No, this
Frank.
is just ranking this year.
He played more games, Frank. What are you doing, Frank? What are you
Frank,
what are we talking
I'm just
about?
saying ranking. I'm not saying statistics. It's saying right here.
Right.
Well, based on stats, though, Frank, he has more touchdowns than Cole Kmet has. And he missed more games.
Laporta has 15 touchdowns in a year and a half. Cole Kmet has 18 in 4.5. It's not the same.
The math ain't mathing, Frank. Listen, I know you're biased with the whole Notre Dame crap.
God damn it.
This ain't no Notre Dame thing. This ain't no Notre Dame thing.
Hey, look, even in the chat, majority of the people in the chat, except Andrea,
this is not even
fucking
close, Frank.
Well, Andrea said who is Laporta, so she may not know who we're even talking about, but he's cold.
He's one of the best young tight ends in football.
Nah, I think she damn sure knows who he is.
Cole, the best Cole has done was 7 or 8 touchdowns in one season. This man had 10 his rookie year.
We still never had an offense, though.
Okay. Listen, we can add other layers to that, but I'm telling you right now.
And those 10 touchdowns came with Justin Fields, damn it.
I'm telling you, when it comes to matchup with him, tight end versus tight end, Sam Laporta is a better tight end than Cole Kmet. He is.
And nobody's saying that Cole is ass.
No, nobody saying
when
that.
it comes down to it, he's not Sam Laporta. He's not TJ Hawkinson.
No, he's not. Hell,
he's not Brock
Crab had 10 touchdowns. Last year? Everybody in this damn division except Cole has had 10 touchdowns in a fucking season. Cole ain't had that.
Did we trade McBride over fucking Cole?
Oh, trust me, Frank over there, he's on the computer. He's looking up something. He's going to defend his boy.
Sam Laporta has played 11 out of 12 games. So why do we keep saying that he hasn't played? He's played 11 out of 12 games.
I just said he's been playing hurt. I just said he's been hurt.
He has been.
Everybody plays hurt.
It's been times you ain't seen him on the field. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's been times this year you ain't seen him on the field. Whether he was playing a whole game or half a game or whatever. But hell, you have Musgrave and Kraft over there in the fucking Green Fucks. They get more touchdowns than Cole Kmet.
And we're not saying that nobody's saying that Cole Kmet is ass.
We
just saying when it comes down.
I'm kind of saying he ain't good, but that's me.
I'm not saying that. I'm not
like I said, I believe that he's a top 12 tight end. Top 12, top 15 tight end.
Top 12?
Yeah, absolutely. Listen,
it ain't like
I take Cole over several damn tight ends in the league. Now, don't get it twisted now.
We can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
12?
We can't.
Yeah.
I'm giving him better than 12. I'm giving him a top 10 tight end.
Oh, God, we know you are. Shit, if it was up to you.
This has nothing to do with Notre Dame.
It has everything to do with Notre Dame.
We all know J.J. McCarthy is going to be a Hall of Famer.
The fucking fighting Irish.
No, it has nothing to do with it because most Irish players suck in the NFL. Most
of them. You're absolutely right about that. Shit.
If I'm not mistaken, tight ends are one of their only offensive line too. I think they have a good success with. But
well, y'all had Cole Kmet and what was the other damn tight end for the Vikings? Kyle Rudolph. He was Cole Kmet before Cole Kmet. that Cole Kmet is the standard for tight ends out of Notre Dame, man. Like real talk. Yeah. That's the highest the damn ceiling gonna go for y'all.
I just want to like put things in perspective. Like we talking about. Forget Kelsey and David Njoku. We talking about Mark Andrews. Like he's
Isn't
better
it
than
Joku had a horrible year?
Yeah, Joku was
No,
hit or miss.
Joku's had an awful year.
No, but I'm saying we're saying
he
that
just had
Cole
2
Kmet is-
touchdowns last night. Frank.
This was his first good game, and he was against me in fantasy football, so he can go fuck himself because he's the reason why I lost this week in fantasy football.
I mean, Brock,
but other than that, he's been
Brock
a disappointment.
Brock
Bowers
is
is
a
my
rookie.
tight end, baby. Fuck Laporta.
He's
on my
better than
bench.
Cole Kmet.
Yeah, he's better than Cole.
Hey, y'all may not agree, and I'm cool with that. But I mean, I think Gerald Everett does a little bit more than Cole Kmet. I'm not saying he's better.
He ain't seen Everett in the damn game.
I didn't say
pushing it down.
I'm just talking about in the receiving game. He got a little more wiggle, a little more get up than Cole Kmet do.
Now he may got a little more wiggle.
Where we seen that?
There's a lot of people who have more wiggle than Big Stiffy.
We ain't seen his ass doing that shit this year though. So let's not do that. Don't start reaching.
Oh, and I like the other kid from Isaiah Lively too.
Well,
Lively's pretty good.
Hold on,
I don't know if I'm taking him over Cole just yet.
Before you guys get into it, all right. First of all, what we're gonna do is we want some questions from the chat. We're gonna try to sit up there and answer those, but we're gonna do that the minute we get back after paying these motherfucking bills.
Yeah, I said it. I'm trying to be king. You crazy. I'm real. King of what?
Okay, bow down. Let the trumpet sound. Roll out the red carpet. 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 Roll out the red carpet.
Thank you. The Chicago Clubhouse podcast is brought to you by Moore's Beer and Hugh Nightclub over there on 22nd and Cermak. Good time. Shit, they have some nice ass ladies in that video too. Shit. So now I know that we got Thomas Brown as the interim head coach. I know you missed that part, Mr. Chicago.
Yeah.
We're gonna be answering some questions from the chat. If anyone got some questions, we'd love to answer them. Who do you guys are looking forward to as far as being a potential looking to next season? I know it's a little far-fetched, a little far ahead, but what are you guys looking forward to as far as possibly becoming the new head coach? Or who would you like to see interviewed for the possible head coaching position for the Chicago Bears next year?
Who do you want to go first?
Mr. Chicago, you can go. We haven't heard from you.
All right. Well, first and foremost, we better interview every fucking body just to get an idea of what people are coming to the table with. But obviously, right now it's all speculatory about who the candidates are or who aren't up for grabs when it comes to this head coaching job, because it's way too early in the search. You can't really start talking to people until the end of the season. So a lot of the anticipation of who we would like to see versus who will and will not be a candidate for this particular position. I tell you this much though, out of all the damn teams, and I say this in the chat, in our back chat, all the teams that's either already fired their coach or on the brink of firing their damn coach, Chicago is the best landing spot for any new head coach or veteran head coach, for whatever the case may be. This is the landing spot for them because you already have a orchestrated and assembled team already with a bunch of fucking talent. We just need the right coach to come in and take this damn team to the next level, because whether people want to believe this shit or not, this is a playoff contending team. We just had the wrong fucking coaching staff in here, just basically wasting away this whole goddamn season and all the damn talent that we had on it. So with the right coach, we can take this thing to the next level, because that's really all what's really missing mainly. But when you come down to like the ins and outs of the personnel, We obviously got to fucking
Matt Henry
damn
coming in
offensive
big
line.
on that one, huh?
We obviously got to come in.
We don't want none of that shit right there, Matt.
Yeah.
No.
I'll tell you.
But I understand what
We got to address the defensive line and the offensive line too. So
yeah, but who would you want? Like, who would you want to come in and see interview for this position?
My ideal person is Kyle Shanahan, because obviously there's been some rumors about him and the 49ers. You know, obviously they're on a down year this year. A lot of their key players and solid players have been hurt for the most of the damn season, and then the second and third string guys coming in ain't really been doing much for them. So if rumors are true about him possibly, you know, mutually agreeing to part ways with San Francisco, and San Francisco thinking about blowing that shit up and just starting over, then the first fucking phone call is to Kyle Shanahan, because Kyle Shanahan is the offensive-minded head coach who can really take this damn offense to the next fucking level and have us scoring points often, getting a lot of damn yards, convert on third downs, the whole case. And he knows how to utilize talent. He knows how to fucking do that. So I would love to have Kyle Shanahan over here with us, and he can bring Robert Saleh over here to be our defensive coordinator. I would love that too. That's the ideal thing. And obviously it's a fantasy because we don't know if he's even leaving San Francisco or not. But all I'm saying is, in the event that he fucking leaves San Francisco, we better be the first ones that fucking call him, because there's no other potential head coaching job that's out there that's going to be more appealing and more attractive than ours. I
will come back on you really quick before JB goes. This is going to be a quick one though. But when you're saying we are the best landing spot, I won't deny that when it comes down to physical talent of what we have on the team, but we still have the same ownership. So you can't really sit there and say an experienced head coach like Kyle Shanahan is going to want to come here under this ownership.
True, Frank. But listen, when it will mask all the bullshit scrutiny that this team has been under, because everybody in the NFL been watching the damn Bears and watching how this damn team has not been coached right, and they looking at themselves like, if I was over there, I can coach that fucking team. I can coach the team way better than that last motherfucker who's there. So I'm pretty sure people like him and others, whether they first-time head coaches or even experienced head coaches, they're looking at this team like, well, all this talent, this is what the fuck y'all doing? I'm daring anybody to fucking even combat me and say this is not a 7-5 or 8-4 fucking team this year. We're supposed to. We're not supposed to be fucking bad this year.
When you're saying they're looking at the team, and I agree with you on that fact, but when they're looking at the team, they're also going to be looking at, why did that fucking ownership hire this motherfucker? Why did that ownership?
Because they like him.
Why did that ownership
nepotism going on
another year after drafting a number 1 overall pick at quarterback?
That is true. And then there was rumors that stated that Poles wanted to fire Flus after the damn Patriots game. And if George stepped his ass in and told his ass, no, this is a fucking George problem. This is not even necessarily on Poles then. Because if Poles is hired to do something and the damn owner won't allow him to fucking do it, then he's stepping in the fucking way this goddamn team actually taking off from here. So that's a bigger problem that needs to be addressed. But obviously with him being the owner, it's not much we can fucking make him do.
Yeah. Well,
we
got a couple people in the chat. Someone said that Roy said he heard a rumor about sending 2 first rounders to the 49ers for Cal. Fuck no, I'm not doing that.
That's too much.
You're not making any.
I wouldn't send no draft picks to the 49ers for fucking Cal Shanahan.
No.
Okay.
No.
I'll give you a 7th.
Yeah, and also we got Matt. He says, "Do you
That's
guys
too
think
low,
that Keenan Allen come back next year?" I think Keenan Allen is gone after this year.
I think he comes back.
I don't think he comes back.
He spoke about wanting to go back to California. He just didn't.
He said either here or California. Not anywhere. He was like either here or back to the Chargers. Those are the only 2 options for him.
But my opinion is you extended DJ. I don't see DJ getting nearly as much targets with Keenan. They really like Keenan more, and you don't want to piss off DJ. And at the same time, what does he want as far as money goes, though? Because my guess is he's going to want at least something north of $20 million a year. And I'm not saying he deserves that.
Not for no 13-year veteran. Or 14-year veteran. No, he's not.
I mean, he's going to ask for at least $20 million. And when it's all said and done, I'd rather you bring me some more depth in on offensive line or depth in on defense or something like that than have another receiver. I'm fine with.
Well, listen, y'all did touch a little bit on Thomas Brown, and I want to actually touch on that real quick too, because
hold on,
JB, you go ahead, JB, because you've been
I'm blaming you. Shit.
Why is it my fault? I said
he
to
was
be
like,
quick
before
when it came
JB
forward.
goes, I got to get this point off.
Because
real
I
quick.
knew you were gonna go off. I just had to say one.
No, but we gonna, goddamn it, we gonna keep it right because
I didn't know if y'all addressed
Gotta
the
hear it.
Thomas Brown thing
Yeah,
tonight,
right.
so my bad.
in addressing some of what the people in the chat said, Fal, I agree with you. I'm not doing any type of first round picks for none of them because those first round picks that we have this year, our first round pick plus our second round pick and Carolina's second round pick, those 3 picks, damn a coach, we need offensive line, defensive line, and offensive line again. Period, point blank.
Absolutely.
That's why we are not trading no picks for any coaches ever. Period. No, it ain't happening.
Agreed.
Secondly,
I agree with that too.
To kind of like jump in on what we were piggybacking on before. Now, if you do, Mr. Chicago, if you say, let's just for sake of argument, Kyle Shanahan does become available, you want Kyle Shanahan to come in here. Obviously, we never hear any culture problems in San Francisco, right? We also know that they win a lot of regular season games. You know what they don't do? He doesn't win the big one. He doesn't win it in San Francisco, and he doesn't win it in Atlanta. So what do you want? Do you want a hope and a prayer that he can win the big game with a couple of 10, 12-win seasons? Or do you want somebody that's going to come in here, put their foot down, then break it off in somebody's ass if they're not doing right, and actually try to win the big one?
Well, see, JB, here's the thing though. With the other potential coaches that's out there, we don't know what the fuck they bring until they bring it, right? So there's a lot of first timers.
No. There's some coaches that bring some rings out there. There's some coaches that bring some hardware available.
Well, here's the thing though. So if you think about this, because obviously one coach in mind sticks out. I mean, Doug Peterson is definitely going to get fired from Jacksonville. He has a ring, but that hasn't worked out with him over there in Jacksonville. But I'm telling you this, with all the new and first timer potential head coaches, we don't know who they are until they come here and reveal themselves. We don't know if they are leader of men, like these motherfuckers been advocating for it and highly fucking expressing it. That's what the fuck we're looking for. But with the established and veteran coaches, like the Cliff Kingsbury for the most part, like a couple others on that list, Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel listen, I love Mike Vrabel's attitude. I love how he holds people accountable. But let's be honest, he hasn't won anything either. And so I'm not of the mindset of wanting another goddamn defensive coach. I need offense. This is a pass-heavy, score-often fucking league now. We got to score points. And I always bring up the fact and the stats about the very stats that you don't see that show up on the goddamn stat sheet. It's the amount of fucking points we leave on that goddamn field. Whether we won a game or lost a game, we leave way too many fucking points on that field, man. We got to stop doing that. We have to. And we need an offensive-minded coach who's going to take this talented offense that we have and actually take this shit to the next level. Now, to your point, listen, I've been the biggest advocate for Eric Bieniemy. But every time I bring Eric Bieniemy's name up to a lot of different Bears fans, they tell me, well, he got interviewed for 15 different teams. Nobody hired him. It must be something wrong with him. Bullshit. Because you got Nathaniel Hackett, white privileged ass, getting a goddamn head coaching job in Denver. Then you got Luke Getsy, who ain't fucking do any goddamn thing for Aaron Rodgers' whole ass in Green Bay, except hold his goddamn Gatorade bottle and give him his sweaty ass towel and laugh at his corny ass jokes. So with that in mind, the very least you can fucking do is give Eric Bieniemy a goddamn chance. He don't deserve a chance. His resume spills fucking Super Bowl rings. He got 2 of them motherfuckers and win the 3 of them. So why should he not be given a chance to be a head coach?
Well, I'll put it to you like this, and this may be a reason, this may not be a reason. It may be for the simple fact of the Matt Nagy effect.
That's what
Matt Nagy was a guy that
a lot of people.
Andy Reid advocated for, said that he was great, and that motherfucker came here and he went to fucking bed.
But they didn't win with Matt Nagy. They won.
No, they did. They won with Bieniemy.
Yeah, they won with Matt Nagy.
And not only
they won last year with Matt Nagy.
Well, I'm sorry.
The last 2 years they going to won with Matt Nagy.
No, they didn't. The year before that was Eric Bieniemy. That was all Eric Bieniemy.
That was Eric Bieniemy.
The first one was
right there.
Nagy.
Won that shit.
No, Nagy was not on that team. I'm trying to tell you,
Eric
Nagy was
Bieniemy
the
won
Bears
2 out of the
coach.
3. Yep, Eric Bieniemy won 2 out of the 3 that they got.
Hold on, how long has Matt Nagy been gone? What? This is his third year he's been gone.
Since
Matt Nagy became the Bears
20.
coach the year that Patrick Mahomes started his first year.
Yeah, 2017.
Yeah.
What 2018?
So what I'm saying on this, okay, so Matt Nagy has 1 Super Bowl.
Last year, yeah.
Well, actually, he has
Right.
2 Super Bowls. He was part of those. He
was
wasn't
more
an
the quarterback's
OC.
coach or
He,
something.
yeah,
he
he
wasn't
went,
the
he went back
OC.
after we fired him, and then obviously
Yeah, he wasn't the
won.
OC. He was the
like
OC
the
last year.
pocketbook protector or something.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
he got 2 of them motherfuckers because he was on the part. He was part of the team.
I think he was the quarterback's coach, right?
Yeah, he was the quarterback's coach when
Eric
he went back,
Bieniemy
and
was
then he
the
was
offensive coordinator, though.
Correct.
He was the offensive coordinator.
Andy
Offensive
Reid
coordinator.
was the
Offense.
offensive coordinator.
Yeah, so he's got 2 fucking.
That's the problem.
But the big thing I've heard about Eric Bieniemy too is that he's too hard on players and he's too difficult to work with. Fuck all that. I need accountability. Goddammit. I need you to hold these bastards accountable.
Also, another thing about Eric Bieniemy, he don't run the ball.
Yeah, it's pass everything.
He don't run the ball.
And you're not going to be successful.
That has been a very big knock on Eric Bieniemy for quite some time, that he doesn't fucking run the ball. And this ain't the city. This damn show ain't the stadium where you think that your ass gonna be back there throwing the ball fucking 50 times. Now
he did well with Washington that last year. He was there before he
they
went
were
to
not
UCLA.
running the ball.
You know who else don't run the ball?
Brian
never ran the ball with
okay.
Washington.
Brian Robinson was pretty good. I mean, he was pretty good last year.
Yeah, shit. He looking a lot better this year than he was last year.
I said Shane Waldron didn't run the damn ball either. So
he didn't, and that's why his ass was fired.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why his ass was
the goddamn job he got 6 months ago.
Yeah. But also with the Kyle Shanahan, like I said, I know me and you, Mr. Chicago, we go back and forth. I know you want this high-powered ass offense, and I get it. But it's all cool to have a high-powered offense, but if you ain't got no fucking defense to go with it, it don't mean shit. All it means is that you can just sit up there. You got the woo! Look at that offense. Damn, why the fuck we keep giving up all these goddamn points? We can't stop a motherfucking OC.
That's what I'm trying to understand, though. We have a defense.
We do.
I don't understand that either, because I mean, if you could bring in any defensive coordinator, and we're still going to have a pretty good defense.
Well, are you sure about that?
I'm 100%
sure about that.
If Kyle Shanahan come over here, hold on.
This is the reason why I say you can't be sure about that, because we look like we got a pretty good offense on fucking paper. But you bring in anybody, it don't look fucking good. It's still in the fucking bottom of the league.
Right coach, though. You got to bring. It has to be the right coach. See, Ben Johnson is the most anticipated and hyped fucking candidate for this job and for multiple jobs for that matter. But my thing is about Ben Johnson. He don't demand the respect of the fucking locker room. He's not that guy. He's a great.
Well, we don't know that
offensive-minded coordinator. You can go back and go look at the damn Detroit Lions. That's Dan Campbell that's firing up this goddamn team. That's not Ben Johnson.
No, there's no question about that.
But the thing is this. Dan Campbell's the fucking head coach, so he should be the one sitting up there doing it. It's not. It looks pretty bad if your fucking offensive coordinator is the motherfucker that sits up there that fires your team.
You see coordinators that be fired the fuck up though.
But then you sit up there looking at what the fuck is the head coach doing?
But that's not uncommon to see an offensive coordinator or a defense coordinator be in the booth or down.
I'm not saying that it isn't, but your head coach should be the one. He's the leader of the man. He's the leader of the fucking team. He should be the one that sit up there that gets the team fired up.
I mean, we don't.
Now we've seen coaches. Now we've seen coordinators get their particular side, their particular either it's the offensive coordinator get the offense fired up, or defensive coordinator gets the defense fired up. We've never seen the fucking coordinator get the whole fucking team fired up. I haven't seen that shit.
Well, I mean, true. The offensive coordinator is only dealing with the offense. He has no business with the defense. Like, he's not going to do that. You're not going to see that, and vice versa. You won't see that. But what you will see is, though, and I say this too a number of times, is that not everybody is meant to be a head coach. Some people are just fucking great at being coordinators.
No
Stay in your lane. Everyone's aspiration should not be fucking be the leader of men or be the head coach of the goddamn entire team. When you're really good at just this one thing, stick to that. You'll be great.
That's the thing. You don't know if you're not going to be good at that until you actually give it a shot.
Okay, well, Frank, we haven't heard from you. Who would you like to see?
Well, I'm like
he said Ben Johnson.
And Ben Johnson's my number one pick. He's the only offensive-minded talent that I would see actually fitting in here, because I see a long history, a long tenure of him being here and calling those plays and doing it. Yes, there's no question about. We don't know if he's going to be the leader among men, but we don't. I mean, we're not going to know that until we try it either, because McVay is still the same style coach that I feel like Laporta would be. Yes, McVay won a Super Bowl, but he's still a very successful coach. This year, dealing with a lot of things.
One of the best offensive-minded coaches.
LaFleur is kind of like that too. Like, hey, Shanahan's kind of like that too. But I mean,
they all come from the same tree too. They come from the same tree from Mike Shanahan.
And this is the thing when we're talking about Ben Johnson, and I would love to see him here because I see a long tenure of him here. Because I know we were speaking about it earlier, where is if we go and find a great OC, he has one great year, he's going to get head coaching job somewhere else. And then we're starting over again. It's just a freaking keeps going back and forth instead of finding that offensive guy. But if you're not on board with Ben Johnson, I agree with all of you guys in getting somebody with a little bit more experience. And I mean, I would like to see an interview with Verbal, the former Titans coach.
Vrabel.
Sorry, Vrabel.
Who is that?
Get a better fucking name.
He's on the Cleveland Browns coaching staff right now too.
Yeah. And I mean, currently, right now, I would still like to interview Flores too. I know he is a defensive-minded coach, and you brought up his name following Mike Tomlin. I just see Mike Tomlin in Flores. And
I see a little Mike Tomlin and Thomas Brown a little bit too.
I do actually kind of see that a little bit as well. They have
hold on. Before we go on Thomas Brown, JB, let me hear who you think about. Who would you like?
Mine is real simple. Flores, Eric B, or if you go, like I said, if you want to go and get the new guy, I get the Ben Johnson, the Bobby Slugs, I get that, right? But
Kellen Moore, Joe Brady.
I don't want no goddamn Kellen Moore, no Joe Brady, no.
Joe Brady's pretty good.
Hell, y'all, time out. Y'all complain about talking about Kellen Moore. Y'all complain about Eric Bieniemy not running the ball. Kellen Moore don't run the ball at all. That's what the problem in Dallas was. He don't run nothing.
Yeah. Hold on.
Come on.
Don't mean to cut you off, JB. There was a comment in the chat that said BG and AG both will likely stay with the Lions. That shit ain't happening. Are you a Lions fan? Because I don't see that happening at all.
One of them is leaving.
One of them is going.
One of them are going to leave.
Yes, hands down. One of them is.
Yeah, one of them are going to leave. I mean,
if I'm not mistaken, Ben Johnson was interested in the Bears' position last year because we had that number 1 overall pick, but the Bears were dumb shits and decided to keep Flus. So he's waiting for the right opportunity.
Right. So and to that point, Frank, about the right opportunity, let me ask you all this question real quick. With the candidates that we have been listing, and with the addition of a few others, with the damn teams that's looking for a new head coach, what fucking candidate do you all see going to a goddamn rebuilding team, knowing damn well the juice may not be worth the squeeze with the amount of money they're going to pay them to fucking have to deal with a bunch of no-name ass rookie or second-year players that ain't gonna be that fucking good, and they're gonna have a shitty ass first 2 years before they finally start to look like something legitimate.
JB will take that job. Look at him; he's
go ahead, JB. What job as a first-time head coach, JB? What job out of them goddamn list of teams that I listed that you gonna fucking take?
I'm gonna add a team because I don't care what nobody says. The Dallas Cowboys is always going to be an attractive job.
I didn't think about that.
Always.
I already put them in that list, though, JB. That was a part of the list. Nobody's fucking going. You listen, JB.
I said
I'm telling you right now, JB. I'm calling bullshit. I'm gonna tell you why.
An attractive job. They're always an attractive
because it's the
job.
Dallas Cowboys.
Because that America's team bullshit.
Yes, I mean,
right. But you see where I'm going with that. You see where I'm going.
They do have an elite pass rusher, and they do have a very good receiver, so it's not a horrible link.
That's 1-1. JB, you're not taking that fucking job because the dumb old racist bastard in that goddamn skybox can't keep his fucking mouth closed. No, you're not. I'm telling you, you're not taking that job. No one with a strong personality is taking that fucking job.
You got to deal with him. What coach, or are you asking if I was the coach?
Well, I was hypothetically speaking about you per se, and
what team? I was the coach. Because I'm telling you right now, if I was the coach, I'm taking the Raiders job hands down. That's easy money.
Well, yeah, that's easy money, but it's a lot of losing too, though. Because Mark Davis is a dumbass. He gonna pay you to do nothing. Like that's what the hell they do.
He gonna pay me, and I'm gonna get some time.
Yeah.
Chicago, like, listen though, like you brought up the Cowboys, and I mean, you're not wrong on the Jerry Jones shit. The fucking guy is.
I wouldn't deal with that.
Cannon. But what's so different than him and McCaskey?
Damn,
it's a very big difference.
There's not a big difference.
Stupid ass in the goddamn press box.
Everybody, what the fuck
the goddamn press conference always fucking talking.
Oh, Jerry, it's a big difference. One, Jerry gonna pay.
Jerry overpays. I'll agree with that. Ours is a cheap
and two,
but they still manage their staff. They want to bring puppets in.
Hold on.
Jerry pays the media to talk about the fucking clown boys. That's what the fuck.
And he uses his own show.
No question. I'm not denying.
George ain't talking on the goddamn microphone every goddamn day. Jerry talked like he just got done playing the fucking game. Shut your old ass up and go be an owner over there.
He did. He did play in Arkansas. He did
Arkansas.
Hold on one second. To Frank's point, it's really not too much of a difference. The only thing is that the George McCaskey, the McCaskies are sort of behind the scenes.
Yeah, but they still do the same shit.
Jerry is more in the open with it.
Mm-hmm.
He will sit up there and literally have a TV on him and sit up there and show you that, hey, look, I'm fucking running this shit. The McCaskey's gonna be like, look, hey, you see that GM right there? He's running shit, but your ass ain't really running shit.
Yeah. Foul. Listen, Foul. If that's the case, every fucking NFL owner is doing that. Every NFL owner has final say. Every NFL owner has final say in what the fuck is going to happen with that team.
Yeah, and I agree they have final saying, but that doesn't mean that they don't trust the people.
They don't fucking micromanage they fucking employees.
These people.
Okay, so what is Woody Johnson doing right now? What has Woody Johnson been doing?
Who?
The Jets owner, Woody Johnson.
This motherfucker been doing that shit for the longest. It don't fucking matter. He's right up there with fucking Jerry Jones.
Yeah, there's a
few.
You're
making my point though, Foul. This is not just.
You just named one.
He's the loudest mouth, but he ain't the only mouth talking.
If I had to sit up there, if I had to sit up there and put like 5 owners that sit up there that do it, Woody Johnson would damn sure be one of my 5.
Absolutely.
Woody Johnson.
Absolutely.
And
he would damn sure be one of my 5.
Not Huizinga. The damn owners of the Giants used to do it. Shit.
Hell,
Wellington Moore and all that.
The fuck he did.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's some
owner too. Who's that? Daryl Morey? Is that Morey?
Yeah, damn right.
He's
the only one that I can say that's kind of high profile that didn't really do it was Arthur Blank. Arthur Blank would get shown and be like, "Hey, Home Depot."
Hold on. I'll give you another one. The Saints owner, he doesn't sit up there and he doesn't get in there. Now you'll see his ass out there with his umbrella and shit, but he don't be sitting up there.
Well,
he don't get
not recently. Recently when they've been like up and down.
Pittsburgh owners, the Rooney's, they don't be out there.
Yeah, the Rooney's.
The Rooney's don't. Hey,
the Rooney's never
had
done
3 coaches in the last.
Shit, I'll tell you another. I'll tell you another one that don't get involved. Fucking Philadelphia Eagles fucking owner. We
just said he does. Yes, Daryl Morey. Yes, he does.
No,
yes,
Morey not for real.
Yes, he does.
Not for real.
Yes, he does.
Not for real. You may feel, but he don't say shit.
The Miami Dolphins owner do the same shit because that's the same motherfucker who didn't want to fucking
That's Huizinga, right? Wayne Huizinga. That's who that is. Wayne Huizinga.
Yeah, him. He did all that fucking talking, and the Texas owner before he passed away, Bob McNair. Him too.
Detroit owner don't do it. Minnesota's owner don't do it. There's quite a few.
They got new ownership. They old owner used to. Now I'll say this: Kansas City about the only one. Clark Hunt don't talk at all until you win. That's when
he don't. He really don't. He don't.
I mean, there's quite a few owners that don't sit up there that don't say nothing, and then you got the owners where they think that they're bigger than the fucking franchise, and they like to tend to talk. Anyway, besides that, let's get on to our new interim head coach and what you guys sit up there.
All
right, so what was it? Yesterday? Was it yesterday they had a press conference?
No,
whatever you want to call it. If you want to call it a press conference.
That was more like a one-pager.
Yeah, anyway, there was a press conference yesterday. The GM, the president spoke, and also the Bears' new interim head coach, Thomas Brown, spoke.
Do we have it? Or
I don't think that we do.
We're going to go to 1.5. Damn.
Anyway,
I can paraphrase the shit for you.
Just by listening to the president, the GM, and the new head coach, Thomas Brown sounded the best out of all three of them.
Absolutely. Without
100%.
fucking question.
100%.
If there had to be a winner of the interviews, Thomas Brown definitely won that. I like what I heard from him, but once again, it's something that I need to see out there on the field.
Right.
Because a lot of people got motivated when they first heard him take over, and he had his interview as the offensive coordinator when he did his first interview. You know what I'm saying? He had my attention, and he's had a lot of Bears' attention. And I think his ability to speak, and it seems like his ability to sound like he knows what he's doing and what he wants to do, is motivating a lot of Bears fans and giving a lot of Bears fans, and probably even some within the organization, the reason why they gave him interim head coach position, and the players hope that there's something that can turn this team around.
DJ Moore had like the biggest smile on his face.
That's most important.
Keenan Allen too.
But I gotta ask y'all this though, because Fowl, like I said when we talked the other day, is he a polls guy though?
What you mean is he a polls guy?
Because Chicago, I don't want you to go off on a tangent, but if you got to, I know you're gonna do what you do.
No,
but because it kind of points to what you need to say. If this guy ends up being the right guy, but he's not a Ryan Poles guy, a Ryan Poles pick, does that spark up more controversy?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I put it to you like this. Right now, as far as being the interim head coach, he's a Ryan Poles guy. Because he could have picked Hightower. He could have picked somebody else on there that had some experience coaching, but he chose to pick Thomas Brown.
But Thomas Brown has an assistant head coach label, and so he got a little taste of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do think
you could have went with somebody else.
I do. Real quick, I do think that Caleb's influence and these fucking players' influence help dictate him being in that fucking position. Because if you heard any damn thing, or if these goddamn, if the president and the GM said any fucking thing, they said they consult with the fucking players. And Caleb has had a big ass smile on his fucking face too, because you've seen this kid get exponentially better with Thomas Brown calling these fucking plays for him and getting the goddamn ball out of his hands as quickly and swiftly as fucking possible. Now, to your question though, JB, the one thing that stands out to me now is if all goes well with these next 5 games with Thomas Brown, the question would be not only him being the head coach, who the fuck does he bring? Because he's not keeping his current fucking coaching staff here. These one of his guys. These are guys he's working with.
They're not his,
not ones he's working for him. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna bring his own guys. Now, my question would be, who is his guys? I know he comes from McVay, and McVay had spoke highly of him. But I need to know now who the fuck these guys you gonna bring here to assemble a legitimate fucking competent coaching staff now, because now the expectation is going to be greater on Thomas Brown than it will be on any other fucking coach that comes here for the first time, because Thomas Brown has continuity with these damn players, with this quarterback. So guess what? For me, you only getting this first fucking year being a head coach to take us to the fucking playoffs. I'm not giving you 3 years. You know these motherfuckers, right? They advocated for you, right?
I'm so glad
you better be in the fucking playoffs next year.
But I have to. You have to.
I'm so glad you're not the GM.
There's a maturation period that has to occur, first of all, right? A filling out period, if you will. But to your point, we don't know who Thomas Brown's people are. The only person that I say, unless and now if you do a complete overhaul, because they got them Chris Morgan, he got to go. Like that.
He got to go. Walk home, goddammit. Shit.
He got to go. But the thing about Thomas Brown, like we spoke before you came on, and I've stated this, we have yet to really see what Thomas Brown's offense looks like. Because when he was in Carolina, he was running Frank Reich's offense.
Yep.
Right now, he's running Shane Waldron's playbook. It's still their stuff. He's just picking and implementing here and there. What does a Thomas Brown offense look like?
Good question.
We don't know yet.
And
I'll put it to you like this, JB. Does that actually work in his favor? Does that sit up there and give him more?
It's mystery.
More kudos because
it could
we're
work
talking
his
about a
favor.
guy that's taking
where I'm
someone
going.
else's offense
It could.
and incorporating it and sitting up there and he's making it look good without even incorporating, without even having his own.
That is a huge compliment.
Good. But also, on the flip side of this too now, this can go catastrophically fucking bad too. We can't take, well, all things considered, we have to take into consideration the positive of this shit, that nobody knows what the fuck his true offense identity is. But then on the flip side of that, nobody fucking knows what his offense identity is, so they could use that to their advantage too. So,
well, that's the Nagy thing, the element of surprise. Oh, that turns out to be 12-4. Then we adjust. I get it. But right now, I don't see Thomas Brown as the type of coach because remember, this is his second stint as an interim head coach. So he will have compiled almost 1 year's worth of head coaching experience.
Really dropping that knowledge.
And he didn't do bad. Now, moving forward to your point, which is why I said the only reason I would say you keep Washington is because the defense now has suffered, not because of what Washington has done, but because of what Matt Eberflus has done. He kind of neglected the defense and just started doing dumb shit, right? But
well, not necessarily. He really neglected the offense and neglected his fucking responsibilities as a damn manager of the clock and manager of his fucking timeouts.
No. I can't say that because the offense looks better than the defense currently.
Well, that's because he was like, listen, Thomas Brown, you deal with all that shit. And that's what the fuck Thomas Brown was saying.
He neglected the defense. So as he's getting Waldron through all that BS, Thomas Brown got us looking better. He forgot the defense because the defense is looking like, hey man, we get. I
won't say in its entirety, JB, because the defense was still doing enough. Mind you, we held the goddamn number one, number two goddamn offense in the league.
Number one scoring
fucking touchdown in the fucking second half. We went on a 20-7 run in that second half.
I mean, well, I'll put it to you like this. You have to look at it in this way.
I thought that was Ben Johnson's fault.
The Detroit Lions have the Detroit Lions have the number one scoring offense in the NFL.
Yep.
They also, going into that game, hadn't allowed a single point in the last 10 quarters. Yep. And the Bears put up 3 motherfuckers.
Touchdown, not point. Touchdown, yeah.
You know, that can't be ignored for sure.
Yeah. So
and Caleb had the best game against the damn Lions, better than any other fucking quarterback this year.
Yeah, we will get to that. So when it comes down to Thomas Brown, I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait to see what type of game that he calls. Also, one thing that is telling, he didn't promote Kerry Joseph. What's his name? Some Joseph.
Yeah, it's Kerry Joseph. It's Kerry Joseph.
Yeah.
You're talking about the QB coach.
Yeah, he's not the offensive coordinator. Somebody else.
I thought they didn't have an offensive coordinator right now.
No. They got one. He promoted somebody up, but it wasn't who I thought it. I thought it was going to be him. I thought it was going to be Joseph.
Kerry Joseph was the dude from the Canadian Football League, right?
I don't know whoever he is. I know his name is Joseph, and I thought he was going to be the one that was.
Frank, what we got? I thought that was the dude from the Canadian League.
I believe you are right. I'm pretty sure he was one of the top.
Joseph. I think ain't he the running back coach now?
I thought he was the QB coach.
I thought he was the running back coach.
Well, whoever it was supposed to be the next motherfucker is the OC, and they ain't the motherfucking OC. Also, when it comes down to Eric Washington, I don't know if I believe Eric Washington was the guy that was actually calling the defense in the preseason, which I like hell of a lot better than the defense that I see in the regular season, because I think Eberflus called the defense. He said he was going to call the damn defense anyway. I thought he should have let Eric Washington do the shit, because hell, that's what the fuck you got a defensive coordinator for, to fucking call the fucking defense. But you didn't allow him to do it any goddamn way. You did him. Yeah, it's got fired anyway. So great job.
But my question to y'all real quick about what Thomas Brown is doing is that, because obviously wins and losses at this point, because the season's over. This season was a complete fucking waste. And had they fired him sooner rather than later, we could have saved this season and actually, prevented at least 3 out of those 6 losses from being losses. We could have won.
If we would have let them fire him after New England, they could have.
Absolutely. But having said that, with what Thomas Brown is doing, what is the expectation from each of you when it comes to wins and losses? Because I would like to see a competent. Right now, I don't have any expectations. I'm not expecting the same to win out or lose out. I'm expecting them to look competent and fucking confident, if anything else. Now, with that said, he can't fucking only win one game and that's it. He gotta win more than he loses. In
I'll put it to you like this.
We actually already broke that down before you came on.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it like this too. How many of these games are he actually favored to win?
We ain't favored in no goddamn game.
I don't think any of them. Yeah, I don't think any of them.
Not even this San Francisco game. And San Francisco beat the fuck up.
49ers game with no CMC, no Moton on them.
I don't even think we're still
this could be the game to win because they beat the fuck up. This will be the game to win. After this game, I don't see us winning any other game.
No backup running back. Purdy just coming back off an injury. Debo ain't look right. No IU. No Trent Williams.
I don't know if we're favorites to win, but hey, it is what it is. Other than that, those other games we're not favored to win so far. So
we got to win this game. Then
I just want to see how the team responds, how the team looks under Thomas Brown.
Yes,
and what does he look like as a coach?
And we cannot, no matter what, we cannot lose no more close games. We've lost every close game this year. We cannot lose any more close games.
Well, I mean, this is the thing. If we're going to lose it because solely the players or something like that fucked up and made a mistake, that's one thing. But, I mean, the main thing is not to have another Eberflus fuck up where you just make a horrible decision that costs you the fucking game. That's going to be the whole you won't be back next year if we see.
Okay, well, I mean.
But the unfortunate thing is if we lose it regardless, it's going to still count against him, though. It will.
I mean, coach is always going to get that. But, I mean, it's how you win or how you win.
That's the nature of the job. So, anyway, let's go ahead and let's transition into this game that we got against the San Francisco 49ers. San Francisco 49ers has been like the one team the past 3 years that's probably had more injuries than any fucking team I've ever seen in the history of the NFL. Like, from linebackers being down to receivers being down to running backs being down to fucking linemen being down.
All their best players are down. Like, it's insane.
I mean, shit. You name a position group, they're going to have
the only healthy one. Fred Warner is playing hurt. Like, I mean, shit.
Drake Greenlaw was hurt. Shoot.
Yeah, Greenlaw fucking tore his goddamn Achilles jumping up and down, getting ready to go.
If I'm not mistaken,
Nick Bosa, Trump loving ass, his ass hurt too.
Kittle was like the only one who has been somewhat healthy.
No, Kittle been hurt too.
Yeah, Kittle been hurt too. He been hurt too.
I must have missed that one.
Debo been hurt.
Yeah,
Jaquan Jennings been hurt. Brandon Ayuk, he got all that goddamn money and got the very second he got the money, he got hurt for the rest of the fucking year. I'm like, the timing of that, man.
Hey, Jordan Mason is hurt too, the bag up. He hurt too.
Jordan Mason on IR, So,
so Frank, go ahead. Tell me what you think about. I
haven't looked at the
and give me your prediction.
I haven't looked at the injury report for the Niners. Is Purdy still out?
No, Purdy just hurt
like crap.
Yeah, he just playing it
hard. Okay. I mean, with all these injuries type, I mean, it's gonna be a game. Like, I mean, it's gonna be. They don't have Bosa either, right?
Yeah, his mega ass.
Like, it's goddamn, dude. I can see the Bears pulling this off. I actually expect the Bears to pull this off. They're gonna really come together for their new interim head coach, and they're gonna come out and they're gonna put a nice little, I'm not going to say a throbbing, but it's going to be a nice scoring game. I'm going to go, if we're breaking down scores, I got 30-20 Bears.
Okay. Damn, Trent Williams out too, he says.
Yeah, but Trent Williams already hurt.
I said
been playing hurt the last few
games. And he lost his son, man.
He didn't play.
I heard about that.
Prayers out to Trent Williams for his son. Oh my God,
I can't even imagine. Especially you, Foul, just having one, man.
Yeah, look here, my motherfucker, my whole goddamn temperature just dropped a whole fucking degree.
Yeah, when I saw that shit too, man, having a son of my own, man.
But here's the thing: what I don't want people to say, "Oh, well, Thomas Brown. The only reason they won is because the 49ers got 72 injuries." I want to just say because if Eberflus had won, it would have just been he won. I want the full respect of him coming out and still beating a well-coached team. It's still a Shanahan led.
Absolutely.
JB, listen to me. God damn it, that ain't got nothing to do with the damn price of avocados in South America. I don't give a shit. God damn it, a win is a win. We ain't won in 2 fucking months.
I'm talking about.
I need somebody to win something. Shit, we ain't won in 2 months, man. I'm sick of this shit. Win the goddamn game. I don't care how you win. Just go out there and win, man. No matter. I hope every goddamn key player for every damn team from here on out is hurt. At least just for our game, and if we go out there and fucking capitalize on the shit. But damn that, injuries happen. We got injuries too. Well, we still ain't got Briscoe and fucking Billings out there. So
and Montez is still playing hurt too.
I was talking about this with somebody at work.
Yeah,
watch Brisker play now that Eberflus is gone.
Well, he's already started to get back on the field now. He just said, he actually tweeted that yesterday. He said that now he's getting back on the field.
Eberflus is gone. I can play.
He's gonna pull. I don't know if you guys ever watched wrestling back in the day. That Kevin Nash back when he was in WCW, where he showed up in a wheelchair, but it was a plastered leg sitting in front of him. As soon as he had the opportunity, he just took the thing off, got out of the wheelchair, walked up, beat the. That's gonna be Brisker right there, man.
Listen, I would love to have him back. I've been really concerned with that concussion, man. But obviously, now to see him back on the field, getting some reps in, so I mean. It's looking like it's moving in the right direction for him.
Yeah, he's on Brisker's on IR. So.
Yeah, he's still got to miss at least 2 more weeks regardless.
Yeah, he'll play the last.
I thought he had like 2 more weeks. So.
I think he's still got 2 more weeks. He has to miss.
Trust me, he'll play the last 3 games.
All right, Mr. Chicago, what's your prediction?
I'm not going into this expecting us to win. I would like for us to win, given the fact that San Francisco has so many damn key players hurt, and they don't know which way is up right now in terms of how the offense and defense is moving. I would like for it to be a close win. We win 27-23. But again, I'm only expecting us to, at the very least, look like a competent damn team, man. Like, let's see what Thomas Brown can do. This man has gotten promoted twice in 3 weeks. Like, you can't – I don't know if that's too much pressure or if it's just too much excitement going on. Or maybe it's a mixture of both for him. But if I'm him right now, I'm damn fucking running on fumes because I can't fucking sleep right now because so much is running through my mind and I got so much shit to do now. I got to be the head coach and the coordinator, and I'm not. And he did say, and I quote, "I'm not micromanaging any fucking body. I'm letting Hightower deal with the special teams, letting Washington deal with the defense, and we gonna work synergistically together and put this thing together. And hopefully, come up with a win. So I'm expecting to see some competence and seeing some effort at this fucking team with the amount of respect they have for Thomas Brown. So, and because of that respect they have for him, I'm looking for them to go out there and actually compete in this damn game and possibly win the game.
Okay, JB.
So for me, I'm on the same spectrum. I like what Mom's put up. I think this is one of those games that we just go out, we run the program, and we just dominate a team. Like hell, kick a man while he's down in this case. I don't give a damn how many injuries they have. Like, did you all see the Buffalo game? And Josh Allen didn't play great. He didn't play phenomenally, but they beat the 49ers 35-10.
Whoop the shit out.
I told y'all they're going to get their ass whooped. I told you.
Now everybody hurt. So why can't we put that same type of hurt on them? You know what I'm saying? They're reeling. You got your foot on their neck, apply pressure. Don't let loose.
It would help if we were playing in Chicago and it was cold as motherfucker again. that seemed to work out pretty well for Buffalo.
I like Caleb in California because that's what he's used to.
Yeah, so. I mean, he's going to go out Hollywood.
So I'm going to go with Mom's score.
That's the Bay.
Go with 28-14.
Okay. I expect the Bears to win this game. I'm going to go 30-20 Bears. Speaking of which,
my score, you son of a bitch.
Was that your score?
Wait, what did you say? 30-20?
30-20 Bears.
Yeah. Frank.
That's okay. 30. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
30-19.
Is Caleb throwing 3 more touchdowns? Is he giving us 3 more?
I mean, it's a possibility.
2-point conversion, 30-19.
It's a possibility. I mean, tell you the truth, we can sort of get into before we get into some shout outs, we can sort of get into his play under Thomas Brown. We have seen improvement. He's still holding on to that damn ball. And I had a problem. The problem that I had one time, which would happen to be in the Minnesota game, that I think Thomas Brown sort of blew it when he told Caleb to go be Superman.
Go be Superman.
You can't give
why is that blowing?
We don't. No, because we don't.
The reason why I say that is because you can't give a kid with that type of ego and tell him to go be Superman, because you looked at overtime. You looked at overtime, and that's exactly what the fuck he said.
That's what he did. He went and did Superman and it messed up.
When you ain't telling that to be Superman,
and Swift rolled out too damn slow. That one of them was supposed to roll out fast enough for him to dump the ball to them, and that's why he held on to the goddamn ball. If you go back and look at the replay, it was a block, then a rollout from Cole. He wasn't right there to
if you watch that replay in Chicago, he had the ball for 14.7 seconds. There is no excuse for that.
No. I'm not excusing that part, but I'm saying he was trying to get the ball to Cole Kmet or to Swift.
It don't matter. You don't at all take a sack in that.
Not at all.
He had all the time where he could have ran for 15
that's used to playing at USC to be a goddamn go be Superman, because exactly what he did was he went and reverted everything that he was doing in the first fucking 4 quarters.
Very well at.
In overtime, he did none of that shit. He reverted back to old college days. Let me run around and do this shit.
But if it wasn't for him, we don't score 11 points in 30 goddamn seconds.
Nobody's disputing that. What I'm sitting up there saying is that
when he are impressive.
When he sat up there and told him to be Superman, the ball wasn't coming out the way it should have been coming out. He decided to turn into hero ball.
He told him in the 4th quarter.
No, he told him that in overtime.
Overtime, brother.
The first drive of overtime, he said that.
I could have sworn it was before we scored those 11 points.
No.
First time
he told him that in overtime. He said, "Go be Superman," and that motherfucker, he turned into Superman. They had the kryptonite for his ass.
I was just gonna say that kryptonite was in his motherfucking back pocket.
It wasn't so much as them as it was him per se. The Vikings couldn't stop us from doing any goddamn thing because we were still marching down the damn field and doing that. But I'm gonna tell you this much: I do feel as if though, here's an unfortunate stat about the Bears in these last 6 games. The Bears are the first team in NFL history to lose 6 straight fucking games and not fucking turn the ball over once. How the fuck do you do that? Now, Caleb in the 4th quarter, this kid got fucking ice in his veins, man. He turns some shit up in the 4th quarter. I'm just like, I have never seen no damn body wearing that goddamn jersey doing no shit like that. Never have I seen that. Not one game. He's done that shit every game.
And I
got to commend him for that.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that. And that's the reason why when we made our predictions, as far as everybody, some people were sitting up there saying the Bears are going to get their ass blown out and all this type of shit. I said, well, how can y'all make that statement when every single game except for 2, for the last 4 weeks, we have lost by one score, 7 points.
The last 3 games have been a total number of 7 points.
So
we lost by 7.
Again, and I'll die on that story because at halftime, 16-0 really felt like 30-0.
Yeah, I was gonna go there too. I was like, were we not worried about
they had more damn
possessions, but
third downs converted. We had yards.
They did, but at the same time, that's where I saw Ben Johnson. I'm like, you got these jokers down 16-0, and you start doing stupid stuff.
He
ran the ball.
Hold on. I don't know if he's the right guy.
Hold on. No, that made me question. I said you had 21 rushes for 140 plus yards, and then you only had 11 for 50 in the second. What were you doing? You got Sime Pool. How you say his name?
Sewell.
Sewell.
The fat boy tried to throw a goddamn touchdown pass. I was like, y'all want to insult us like that?
Like,
you gonna try to insult us like that by having a fat boy throw a touchdown? Get out of here.
And then we almost came back and threw that shit in your face. Hey, look here. The Lions, they played with their food, and it almost came back to bite them. They did.
Well, I'll put it to you like this.
We can't have that. We can't have that.
I see what you're saying, but the thing was this. The Bears played about as bad as you can play in the fucking first half, and they were down by 16 fucking points. So while everybody was sitting up there talking about, oh, the game is over.
Yep.
T-Nick.
No, I was one of them.
The game is over. I wasn't. Because
listen, I was like, this shit finna get ugly.
They're only down.
I said.
They were down 16-0. Yes.
All I said was
one touchdown changes every fucking thing. And what happened? One goddamn touchdown. Now all of a sudden, what's the score? 7-16. Oh my God. Look at that.
14
you stop them again, you come down. Now the score is 14-16. So just because, yes, they had plenty of opportunities to sit up there, and it could have got ugly if they would have scored 7 points instead of scoring 3 points all the damn time.
But
unfortunately, they didn't do it.
Yeah, keep this in mind too, that the Bears defense is number 1 in the NFL in red zone.
Red zone,
correct.
Yeah.
And the Lions are number 1 in red zone offense. And they couldn't fucking score. They had to settle for field goals. Now, Monty and Gibbs,
they wasn't in the red zone as much as they wasn't in the red zone as much as people think. They was outside the red zone, but they also did a lot of dumb shit. But I want to address Dennis Moody. I think Dennis is new. Thank you, Dennis. He says San Fran will run most of the game. We will pass. I kind of don't think so because their top 2 running backs
they're on their third string running back. So if we can't stop their third string running back, even with Billings,
we deserve to fucking lose.
We got our own.
We can't stop a third string running back.
And again, not saying because a lot of people feel this way or that way about Brock Purdy, but shit, Brock Purdy's threw for a season low 94 yards. Brock Purdy need to get back on the right track because the 49ers are probably feeling, we can beat the Bears and get right back in this playoff hunt and go 6-7 and then try to win out and go 10-7 and get into the playoffs. They not looking at us like
doesn't have a run game.
They're not towering over us. So that short passing game, that's going to be a lot.
Debo is going to be running the ball a lot in this game. I'm almost certain of that.
They don't have running backs. They don't have
they're still going to run the ball.
Debo is going to be the running back for them for this game.
They're still going to run the ball.
Hold on. Let me tell you something.
Debo's going to be a running back.
Debo on my motherfucking fantasy squad. Debo ain't doing shit. Mr.
He don't need to run the ball like that no more.
Mr. All
He will in this game because both their damn running backs is gone. Both their running backs is hurt.
Hey, look here.
He's going to be running the ball.
He's part of the all zesty team. That motherfucker ain't.
He really is. He too goddamn concerned with over here dressing all suspect and fluffy and shit. Like a goddamn intern at a damn bad boy day party and shit. Fuck wrong with him, man.
So anyway, let's go ahead. Let's get into it. It's getting close to end of time. Let's go ahead and get into some shout outs. We start off with you, Mr. Chicago.
Yeah, man. First and foremost, always
what the hell?
Chicago sports teams, more specifically Chicago Bears. First and foremost, man, shout out to Thomas Brown, man, for becoming the interim OC and the interim head coach in a matter of 2-3 weeks, right? So I do commend this organization for having an all-black staff. If you all noticed that, we got nothing but black people on this staff. Now, I'm hoping that they run the tables and become successful in their own right to where we can possibly keep some of these key pieces in place and see what we can build from there. But I'm definitely rooting for Thomas Brown. I think, obviously, to side with the players, he's gained the respect and have these players excited to actually go out there and go to war for him and go to war with him. So I'm hoping that things turn around for the most part. Obviously, the season is a fucking Hail Mary at this point to try to fucking make a wild card because we have rely on too many teams to lose. But I'm not banking on that. What I am banking on is now looking like a competent team in these next 5 games to evaluate where we are and where Thomas Brown is. Maybe he's interviewing for another head coach somewhere else, or he could be potentially interviewing for this head coaching job, depending on how things go for him. So, hoping nothing but the best for him, for Washington, for Hightower, all these guys who are now still there. I just hate that we waited so goddamn late to fucking do this because this team has been slowly reactive and not being quickly proactive. And that's been a problem. So I'm hoping we finally get this shit right. Post, man. Goddamn Post. Listen,
that's another show.
It is, but I'm gonna criticize him more than everybody else because I'm expecting more.
We're just keeping it to shout out.
Okay.
That's a whole nother show that we'll talk about.
It definitely is. I'll leave it to another time. But no, shout out to the city of Chicago. The unfortunate reality for me is that today marks 4 years to the day that my uncle was killed up there in Chicago. So I've been doing the best I can to kind of distract myself from thinking about it. And I've had my ups and downs throughout the day, but being on the show definitely helped kind of distract me from that thought, because I started thinking about what my uncle would be saying right now, because he was a big Bears fan too. So he and I would have been talking about how this team is dysfunctional. We don't know which way is up. Kevin Warren's too much of a goddamn politician, whatever. But anyway, I just I appreciate you guys for helping me provide this avenue, a space for me to be able to talk about something that I, obviously passionate about, and kind of help deviate my thoughts from really getting too down on myself. But anyway, hoping the best for this team, though.
Blessings, bro. Blessings.
Yeah,
appreciate that.
Definitely prayers in my heart for you. Yes.
Yeah, but definitely, I'm feeling a little optimistic about Thomas Brown and what he's capable of doing and what he can do with these players. So let's see what happens, man. Hopefully we finally get this shit right with the coaching staff. And now we got the players and we got the quarterback. We have us a fucking quarterback. I've never said that shit in my life. So I'm proud of it. Let's build and help this kid continuously develop into that quarterback that we know he can ultimately be and have the talent to be. So Thomas Brown, go out there and give him hell, man. Get out.
Frank the Tank.
All right, my shout-outs are going to be a little bit different because I'm going to give my hawk talk really quick on my shout-outs.
Yeah, do we gotta talk about the
It's not really. It's not talking about the present ones. I mean, they're still young. Their AAA team, their Rockford AHL team, is loaded. I mean, I've said it last year, and I'm going to say it again now. Next year is going to be their year to start seeing them start moving forward, because they still got so much talent down in the AHL. But I'm giving a shout out now because if I'm not mistaken, it was a former Stanley Cup champion's birthday these last couple of days, and that's Corey Crawford.
The goal.
And I'm gonna give, it's not a shout out, it's a go fuck yourself to this guy. I got him up on my thing right now. I told him I was going to call his ass out on the show today too, so I hope you're watching. I can't even pronounce your fucking name. That's how useless that your dumb ass is right now. But you literally had the nerve to say Corey Crawford's a poser. He's a horrible fucking goaltender. He was surrounded by nothing but great defensive players in their prime. Both backups that Corey Crawford had were better than him.
Somebody was trolling you, Frank.
I mean, he wasn't the only one who said it. I called out a lot of people on this, but he was the only one who actually tried doubling down and coming back at me with some stupid ass fucking shit. Did they have a great defense in their prime? Yes, they did. But Corey Crawford was a very good goalie. I'm just going to say very good during the regular season. But his thing was, he is 52-42 in the playoffs with a 2.3 save percentage, or 2.3 goal percentage. That's a .918 save percentage in his entire postseason of his career. This is second best during that prime to Hall of Famer Theodore Fleury. Anyone who's going to sit here and say that that guy wasn't an elite fucking goalie when it came down to the postseason is just dumb as shit. And I will be more than happy. I hope you're watching this. I will put on a show here on the Clubhouse podcast and bring your dumb ass in here like Skip and Shannon Sharp shit, and I'll just light your ass up for an hour straight on this. Because you don't know hockey. I'm saying that right now. You don't know hockey whatsoever.
Frank, listen, Frank felt. I feel that shit from Frank right now. He mean that shit.
You said it once. Shame on you. But then when you start piggying back and saying that I don't know, like you can't look at his stats and tell me that he is not an elite goaltender when it came down to postseason. But he's probably a New Jersey Devils fan because that's where fucking he went to end his career. In Corey Crawford, they fucked him over, but. So that's my go fuck yourself out.
Hey, Frank, you'll be proud of me. A few years ago, after the 2013 Stanley Cup, I watched the next championship that the Blackhawks did win. That was my first time actually watching hockey games. I'm like, oh damn, this has been pretty damn good. Like they won 3 in 5 years. That was fucking impressive, man. So I give them that. And probably next show, I'm gonna wear my Blackhawks hat. I got a bunch of damn Chicago hats in my damn closet. Every Chicago team you can think of, except for the Chicago Sky.
We already got a fan on there too. And Miss Willis over there said that she'll be watching.
Yeah, FE, Thornton alum. JB, go ahead. Wildcats.
Well, first of all, thank y'all for, waiting for me. We won our game, Shout out to UCW Warriors. Basketball season, Miss Chicago. I'm a coach. I got to.
Oh, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Real quick, me and Foul got to definitely shout out Michigan for beating them overrated ass fuck eyes.
It's great.
How y'all can't beat us on the down
Wolverine? It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine.
That get you a game above 500?
Irish and Spartan, they don't like that shit.
Hey, all I'm saying is I am happy Michigan won because that at least somewhat gives a chance for my Irish to make a playoff.
Hey,
on the down year, they can't beat us, and then they get mad, want to tear our damn flag down. See, get out your damn feelings, man. Get all that hate out your heart. You should have won the goddamn game. But go ahead, JP. My bad. I had to shout out the Wolverines. My bad.
Everybody hijacks his shout out. God damn.
I guess I can give a shout out to the Michigan Wolverines. Thank you.
All right.
I know that took a lot to say.
Look, I mean, I ain't got
hesitated on that one.
Oh, he ain't gonna want to drink. Oh, yeah, I know. That was all him. That wasn't alcohol this time.
Wasn't no alcohol. That's the problem.
Blow.
So check it out. Shout out to my 4 brothers on the screen and my 5th one in the back. Where did T-Nick go? He just disappeared. Bro.
Yeah, that mototherfucker took his screen off, but you can hear his ass back there.
I do hear him laughing and chuckling.
Hey, pal. I never know what he's doing back there.
What is he doing back there?
Hey, Ma!
Terrence! Meatloaf!
Where that meatloaf?
The
meatloaf.
You lucky I almost nunchucked your ass.
There you go.
Never knew what he was doing back there.
Love you,
don't even realize.
T-Nick turned into Where's Waldo. That's a move, but it is what it is.
That's Lovey Nichols, man.
Nick Smith. Like people don't know this, but Tuesdays is like my favorite day of the week. Thank y'all. For now, thank y'all everybody in the chat. Starting with our super producer, Kirk Commish, Black Sam, Sammy Left Blackwell chimed in early and often. I'm gonna send this shout out first, and I'm gonna do it again later. Andrea Schmitz. Hey y'all, Andrea is becoming a P1. I know that
I think she's been a P1.
She's a P1.
She is a P1 now.
Andrea is on it. I've noticed.
She asked us last week. She didn't know what a P1 meant, so that's pretty much like the VIP.
That means you on here, and we appreciate it. And we love the
appreciation. Come on here, Andrea.
And we would love to have you on the show, Andrea, depending on
we gotta find out. Let us know which one.
But we would love to have you on one of our shows when we do fan appreciation. Send you a link. Come on in. Roy Mason was in here. Roy Mason was doing some good stuff. I have to give a shout out to Janet Dominguez. Thank you, Janet. Sidious R. Dixon. Thank you. Alex Solis. Alex been on quite a bit now, too. Dale James with the Mike Vrabel love. He said, please, he wants Mike Vrabel. We'll talk about that next week after the Thomas Brown experiment takes off. D.I. Muhammad, one of our contributors from the Chicago Clubhouse podcast. Bear Down, just strictly Bears Down is his name or her name. Thank you for chiming in. One of our other P1s, Jeanette Johnson. Thank you for chiming in. Leah, we thank you for chiming in as always. Hold on. A little too far.
Andrea.
Okay.
Andrea. Did she just do it phonetically?
Yeah, she just did that.
Oh, thank you, Andrea. as you know, Sivius, thank you, Bear. Hey, Vonswell, excuse me, Vonswell Lathan, thank you for chiming in. We appreciate you, brother. Vonswell be coming on with some good stuff too. Let's see, we had a lot. Oh, Matt Henry. Matt Henry came in with some fire too. Matt Henry said he went to school with Matt Eberflus. He was a little bit ahead, same school. Sorry for that. You know, the flus is loose, thank God.
Yeah, my condolences. Yeah,
my condolences. You know, Eric Eberflus.
I hope you didn't learn anything under him.
I call his ass either flus. Either he fucks up or loses, or both.
Hey, remember back in the 70s, they used to be like, "Shut up, floozy." Well, he's a floozy.
He definitely a floozy.
He's a floozy. Lorenzo Clemens, thank you for chiming in. My native New Orleans, my brother. Big Ten rep. Aizen Guar. I hope that's how you pronounce that name. If not, let me know. But we appreciate you. I think you're a brand new person, Aizen. We thank you. Logan chimed in. We appreciate that, Logan. Dennis Moody came in with some fire, y'all. Hey, Ramon Acevedo, a.k.a. Crazy Ace, CCP Korea. Thank you for chiming in and salute the service, brother. We appreciate you. Like I said, Dennis Moody. Dennis was on one. Dennis was talking good stuff. Miss Effie Willis came on a little late, but she came in with that fire.
Wildcats.
We appreciate that, Wildcats. You know, but she had a real profound quote, y'all. Expecting competence from incompetence is definitely optimistic. I feel that's the whole Matt Eberflus tenure here.
Yeah.
So shout out to Effie for the most profound statement of the night.
That's the franchise, JB, not just Flus. This fucking franchise is dysfunctional.
Even better, even more profound. Shout out to Effie for bringing that to our attention. Bears down, we already talked about. Always got to give a shout out to the sponsors, give a shout out to the fam, give a shout out to SB, and more than likely, if there's not anybody else watching and we only got one view on that little eyeball that pop up, it's my mom's, y'all.
Miss Sam.
Most affectionately known is Miss Sandra Bynum Holmes. Love you, lady. Thank you.
Okay, well, I guess I'm up. First of all, I want to give a shout out to you brothers, Frank the Tank, the Mouth of the South, Mr. Chicago, JB, fucking Crumpets back there. See, Dick, the super producer, the Cookie Commish. Shout out to our boy Crazy Ace overseas, you know what I'm saying, serving this great time. Salute to you, my brother. I want to give a real special shout out to man, I had read about it earlier, but I didn't really pay too much attention to it. Trent Williams, you know what I'm saying, lost his son and whatnot. Shout out to that brother. I know he's going through a lot.
It's tough.
Yeah, I know it's tough as hell. But shit, I just got my baby boy and shit. That shit just damn near bring me to tears now just thinking about something happening to him. Also, a special shout out to you, Mr. Chicago, you know, for your uncle.
Shout out to Unc. Yeah,
shout out to Unc. One time for Unc. I know it can be hard, especially losing that father figure type. So, damn sure want to give a shout out to you, my brother. Also want to give a shout out to Michigan. Way to fucking beat Ohio State, baby. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. Trust me, it is. It's great to be. Also give a shout out to all the young men. Tomorrow is early. Shout out to right there, Dwayne P. Williams. Yes. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Him and my father, they can be up there toasting it up, baby. Fuck.
Yeah, man.
Shout out. Also, want to give a shout out to all the young men. Tomorrow is early National Signing Day for football. Shout out to all the young men out there that will be moving on to their next phase in life, going to one of these prestigious universities, whichever university it is. Shout out to you young athletes. Wish you guys nothing but the best and prosperity, especially the number one player in the nation, Bryce Underwood, going to the University of Michigan. Shout out to them. Also, we want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Moore's Beer. Great tasting. JB, T. Nick know. Frank the Tank knows a little bit about it too. Hey, anytime you want some of that sports gear, hey, In the Zone got you. Frank got his tighties that he likes to wear. That's in the yeah. He said makes his ass real firm. We don't know about nothing like that, but that's what he say. Shout out to Hugh Nightclub over there on 22nd and Cermak. Shout out to them, great time, good parties. Oh, also shout out to Visions. Visions hosts a lot of things.
Vision.
You gotta have that vision. Hopefully, I hope our boy Thomas Brown has that vision for the remainder. Shout out to Thomas Brown.
Yeah.
The new interim head coach of the Chicago Bears. Motherfucker been promoted moves than more motherfuckers been in their entire life within 3 motherfucking weeks. Went from passing game coordinator to fucking OC to now to the interim head coach of the #1 franchise, the Chicago Bears.
That's a hell of a raise in 3 weeks, man.
Man, hell of a motherfucker.
He got a hell of a raise, man.
Somebody like his ass upstairs. I don't know who, but somebody does.
I think Kevin Warren does, in my opinion.
Yeah. Give a shout out to the Hawks, the Sox, the Cubs, and the Bulls looking okay this year. Not as bad as last year, but
aren't they 9-13 or 10-13?
No, I think
they've been playing a tough schedule.
They beat some good teams. Good. But this is the thing. The Bulls are going to be that right in the middle of the pack fucking team again, where you're not getting any elite draft pick. It's just like, fuck.
Blow
it up.
And Zach LaVine, he be shoot that motherfucker when he want to. And then obviously Lonzo Ball, who I thought was a complete fucking waste. He came in and actually did a pretty decent job on the defensive side of the ball. So
I also want to give a shout out to the kiddies, of course. Their asses ain't sleep. We extended their bedtime, so you know what I'm saying, they ain't gotta go to bed ass early, but their asses is up. Shout out to my beautiful fiance who tends to get on my fucking nerves. The old ball and chain.
Oh boy.
That's common. That's
oh shit. Hey, y'all see something get thrown at me?
Definitely.
Shout out to my son. Oh shit.
Hey, she got a spiral on that throat, man. We might need to have her try out, man.
Yeah. I'm glad that bottle of water had no water in that motherfucker. I might have seen my ass get knocked out on going live.
You might be happy it was a bottle and not a glass.
Yeah.
Shout out to my son, the heir of my throne, the prince that was promised. Ricky. And other than that, shout out to the city of Chicago and shout out to everybody, the chat, everybody that tuned in. Remember to like and subscribe to the Chicago Clubhouse podcast. Remember, the Chicago Clubhouse Network. We got this shit going on all week. Monday, you can catch us with the fantasy show hosted by the Crookie Commish. Tuesday, the Chicago Clubhouse podcast brought to you by us guys right here. Wednesday, we got Sherry, what she says, damn it. She said what she said, damn it. Thursday, sometimes baseball season, we got Plump.
Sometimes it's easy for all we know.
Yeah, basketball season, we got Bull Spit. Shit, easy. He come on, do whatever the fuck you want to do, whichever day of the fucking week it is. Flip a coin and you may find them. And we also got our Bears post-game. I mean, not post-game, but pre-game on most Sundays when the Bears are playing. Yes. So you can check us out on the Chicago Clubhouse podcast. Remember to like and subscribe on YouTube. Thank you very much. Other than that, T-Nick, you got anything to say?
No, I ain't got nothing to say.
Okay. Your shout outs.
Yeah. No shout outs today.
Okay.
I'm trying to conserve my voice.
Yeah, you need to do that too.
Got the Santa Claus hat on. You look like you just came back from stealing Christmas, man.
Right. Man, I just came back from eating Thanksgiving leftovers, man.
It's damn near a week since
Still working on mine.
them leftovers done, man.
Your
Still
ass
working
gonna
on
be sick
mine.
again. This time it's gonna be your ass that's gonna be sick. But
Man,
okay.
look,
Worms, man.
we had a whole pan of dressing. I wasn't throwing that away, man.
Oh, you shitting like crazy. Okay.
I'm talking about your ass in the
That's
John
why he
about
wasn't on the
6
show,
hours.
man. He had to take
That shit gonna be liquidy as hell. But anyway,
his goddamn legs is falling asleep right goddamn now.
Anyway,
We off the rails.
For all we know, he's
tuning
on the
in
toilet right now.
to the Chicago Clubhouse podcast for T-Nick, Frank the Tank, JB, Mr. Chicago, the super producer in the back, the crooked commission on Foul Mouth C, and for our boy that ain't here, Grogu, because he doing some Mandalorian shit. Guess what, people? We out.
Shot-town against the world.
You got to decide whether you're a wolf or a sheep.
That's our new head coach talking to kids.
This has been a Chicago Clubhouse Network production.
Mm-hmm.
Peace out, Russia.
Where Deadpool at? Where's Deadpool?
I don't even see that.
You're still here. It's over. Go home.
Good night, boy.
Good night,